Hey guys, yeah, welcome in. 2 o'clock on a pretty interesting afternoon setting up here once again. The market just continuing to hold on to positive territory. We are trying to test session lows currently. S&P now basically back to exactly flat on the day. NASDAQ just 0.09 to the upside. Oil did go red at the last, well, 10 minutes or so anyways. It's down just 0.18 on the day. Pretty flat as far as overall individual names are concerned, but there are a few standing out. Apple still 0.16 to the upside. We'll touch on a number of tech names coming up here. Google, one of those with a decent day so far. Amazon also still holding on to, I saw a decent gain on the day, 0.87 in fact, for Amazon. So a few things to have a look at as we head towards what is right now still a positive session, but we are running out of steam ever so slightly here as far as the overall market is concerned. AUVI popping up in front of me on a volume scanner once again. That thing's been going crazy all day long, along with that POL, as Sharif was mentioning. We still have Mara on a big day, as the guys were talking about there as well. So let's get right into what we were discussing. If you're with us in the pre-market this morning, Alphabet or Google, top of the list this morning. We were talking a little bit about some of the reductions that they were planning in their ad division specifically. So 30,000, if you missed it, employees in their ad division specifically. And Fabian, I just refreshed that for you. 3% to the upside for Google. But yeah, 30,000 in their ad division. They're going to consolidate some of those individual teams. They even mentioned the possibility of layoffs coming through. So the market definitely liking that kind of talk today. Cost saving across the board, 3%, as we said, 140.5 still holding here. As support for Goog and Google, or Goog, G-O-O-G and G-O-O-G-L, both up about the same as they should be today, guys. But leading the way as far as tech is concerned right now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome back, Obi. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, I have the wrong chat open. I did not carry it forward. But yeah, what an exciting day. I mean, the NASDAQ is now at 0.07 as we hit some good all-time highs, and including in this name that we've talked about right now, Google. So what's up with that? Sharif just laughed, I guess. I know what you laughed at.
The picture that you have.
Your mic is still on, but we just fixed that out. But yeah, the picture. We are $1 in the money on Affirm, by the way. I was yelling to Sharif and to Patrick there about this Affirm trade. We're now $1, and I'm hoping for a lot lower on this one as well. But all right, so Google, we just went long early. Pretty easy. We saw the momentum. We said that we would play a VWAP break back, but we still have 20% of this. We got most of it out here and just got frustrated at like 140 and change. It ripped all the way up and we didn't get anything out. Now I'm thinking this market's going to break. So we didn't trade this the best. We should have got it out at the top. We just held basically this whole way. And now we're net short everything. Like I told you, Affirm, we just have a great trade we just put on right now. On Meta, we're topping out right here as well. So yeah, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about Google or anything there. But yeah, we did not play it properly. We're still $1 in the money. I shouldn't say we're not playing it properly, but I'm going to get out if and when it breaks VWAP. That's what we were waiting for. Just stupid to me had not gotten out more in that first early push. So we're still in it, but right now I'm hoping that this market absolutely tanks. We've got a great, there it is. Now that's 60 cents. We just got a reloaded position right now on Meta. So there it is. Like look at these positions. This is 350, 330. These outs are 352, 60s, 352, 80s. You know, so there it is again, another move back down. We lost on Meta going short earlier, but we're making it back, hitting the short rate now. I just worry about this market kind of just doing nothing really the rest of this day. So we'll wait, and we'll wait to see if Google takes down VWAP.
Yeah, a solid churn there on Meta, Sean, and yeah, Google kind of a decent opportunity in the morning, but I feel like most of that buying kind of came in right off the open. Again, going back to what Google's ATR is 319 is a 1 ATR, and then off of those lows, if we just take a quick measure from that low to that high, we did pretty much an ATR. That's 3.34 in terms of $3.34 and pennies there. So we did it pretty much an ATR on the morning drive up there. And again, yeah, I was a little involved as well. as you guys know. Just taking that initial kind of break there, so can definitely do much better with this trade. Again, yeah, a little bit of restructuring of what is it? Their marketing or their ad team? Yeah, their ad sales unit, right? So a little bit of restructuring for their ad sales unit. We saw the pre-market trend kind of come in, and that momentum right off the open. That 139. Oh boy, did we miss that level? Nice little consolidation before the move went up. But this shelf, this consolidation that we made earlier on in the morning has done nothing but held all day long. So I don't know who it was in the chat saying Google looking kind of weak. I'm thinking the quite opposite. Google looking hella strong to me there, Sean.
Let's touch on Tesla here. Trying to hold on to a decent day. A couple things of note. We were mentioning this morning. The numbers came out of Europe as far as car sales went in November, 6.7% on a month-over-month basis for registrations. I should say, not necessarily car sales, but registered new cars. So I don't know how that differs, but
Maybe you could buy
maybe
it.
You could
register it.
Not register. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway. 6.7% across the board, so ICE engines along with EVs, total sales, and then 16.3% specifically for electric vehicles. I was reading this note over lunchtime as well. It was kind of interesting. Analysts pointing towards Model Y and Model 3 price tweaks coming in the next few weeks once again. Remember we went through this whole, it was about a month or so, I think, going back to the end of the summer and then into the fall, where it seemed like almost once a week or more, mostly in China, we would get price movement on cuts, and then they would go back to the upside, and then in the U.S. as well, they kept doing that. So apparently this note anyway, suggesting that is coming once again for Tesla.
Did you hear about the new Canadian federal government sales requirements? 2035, Brendo, all EVs, all cars have to be EVs. Sales.
Let's say that's lofty.
Yeah, it's ambitious.
In the slightest. I don't know. I don't think
2035, yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the price reductions that they've been doing in China, because they're compared to BYD often because that's the competitor there that's able to produce as many EVs as them. So there's basically one kind of car that BYD produces that's comparable to the Model Y. It's called the Han, and Tesla has reduced its price between 6% on the Model 3 in 2023. It's reduced it 11% on the Model Y, which are both lower than what BYD has reduced its Han model by 5%. So looking like it's a bit of a war between the two there. We know that Tesla is reaching its EV goals, its sales goals for EVs in China so far, them and Li Auto.
Yeah, market just breaking down here, now negative for the S&P, so a little bit of a downtick there took Tesla back into negative territory as well.
You just got a great fill down low there on Meta. So another one. What do we want to talk about here? Oh yeah, Tesla. So, I traded some Tesla, but not successfully because of that last break. I was going to look, I was like saying that trade looks pretty good, but there was the miss there on Tesla. So we did try it a little bit. It's a good thing we got it out of the way because it did rip back up, but look where it just stopped at. VWAP, come on. I was saying to Obi was just telling me about how he doesn't have enough Amazon or whatever, and it went up to a level that he liked. And I just was thinking like, oh man, and I told him sometimes it's easy. And I mean, right there, Tesla goes all the way to 257. But the thing is, you had to have wanted the short. And I don't know. I mean, what a huge move up for Tesla right off the open again. Tesla always, Obi and everybody, like it has such a crazy move. Always in the first half hour, it seems like. And then, not that it normally fades out. I don't think that that's pretty typical there, but just funny that we're down 0.45. Tesla's actually holding out pretty good on the daily chart right now, up to 260. So look at that again. Like it's just, I don't have it written down today. It was in yesterday's, actually right there. 250 to 260. We talked about that yesterday. That was yesterday's. And then there's 260 came in again. Like sometimes you just need to be looking to be able to say Tesla short 260. I bet you some of you in the chat definitely have this trade. I mean, this is the trade that you're supposed to have on, Obi. Yep. Like, there, if you like the short anyways, right? Like there's 259, short? It gets really excited, 260 top. What was the volume like? The highest, like look at this, the highest buy volume of the day right there in and about this 260, well, that's 259.40. So now that we zoom in, it's not as obvious, but I mean, nice volume candles followed. And I guess what I was looking for when I zoomed in here, I thought we saw it, that's why I zoomed in, was I was looking for a big volume candle right in around here to signal that we turned, but there's not that. So again, you would have had to have stood in front of a stock that went $1.80 in 10 minutes. So that would have been a little tricky, but definitely worth the risk there on the top side. That's Tesla. And oh man, good trade if you had it. So for me, again, I feel like you just, like I started shorting when we broke the low of the day there, right here, right? Like I was shorting, I mean, close enough to the low of the day. I was shorting in here thinking this was going to continue. So I do think Tesla is relatively weak, but we got to wait for VWAP at this point. Did I just get out of more meta down there or what?
Yeah, I think.
No. Okay, go. Yep.
I think that after that morning momentum kind of subsided there, yeah, it's been a nice fader off that 260, and yeah, some solid opportunities in the morning for that push off the open into that 260 test. But yeah, if you're looking left a little bit there, that 260 has been a little bit of a trouble area there, so it almost comes back in, and then you start kind of failing some of these previous highs as well. I'm seeing that 258.70 was Monday's high, 258.30s was Tuesday's high, and then also some interesting information at 4 a.m. as well. You get a little bit of a ping on the 4 a.m. open, and the high of that candle is also 258.40 as well. So a little bit of strong selling every time we reach into this 260 area, and we got some more of that today. And then after it got back below VWAP, you can see how clearly these VWAP sellers come in after like 11, 12 o'clock here, and just more recently, as of right now, 154, just before the closing segment of the show here, just in at 2 p.m. You can see the VWAP sellers show up, and they're really strong back to the downside, kind of continuing off of that 260 flush. So I think that's a decent look there, Sean.
Yeah, Tesla's a tricky one. I'm just watching this market flying around a little bit here. We can talk about Rivian. Let's go back to the board, because I do want to look at Rivian later and Lucid possibly for some trades as well. And then NIO is dancing around. And I mean, Sharif can talk about Li Auto and that kind of stuff. But the EV names definitely, or can he? The EV names there. What was that bet? Oh, it was the pineapple pizza bet. That was a nice one. That Neil had to eat it because Sharif did not mention that on the podcast. So tomorrow I'm wearing a Christmas sweater. Were you here for that?
For what?
When we talked about that on the midday?
Yeah. No, not on the midday. I didn't hear about it on the midday. But I'll be wearing mine on Friday.
Okay, I'm wearing mine tomorrow because I'm not here on Friday.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, just want to make sure that you knew that was happening.
Okay, we're good.
Do you have a Christmas sweater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It might not be ugly enough, so I got to figure it out.
It doesn't have to be ugly. It could be the most beautiful Christmas sweater of all time.
With like flashing lights and everything?
It could be, Obi, whatever you want to wear is what you're going to be wearing.
Fabian is saying if it has batteries, I got to wear it? Did I hear it right? Okay, all right.
I'm down for battery sweatshirts. I mean, down for that.
You guys are going to be seeing like flashing lights the whole day.
Oh yeah, that might be a problem, yeah. I didn't think about it.
Enough flashing that we already get off our level 2, you know.
I didn't think about
a little
that
bit more
idea.
stimulation.
All right, let's go talk about Mara.
Crypto, yeah, much discussed today. Crypto in general having a pretty good day, but this one, MARA, a little bit better off than most. Here's why. H.C. Wainwright coming out this morning, maintaining their buy rating, going to 24 bucks. We actually got there in a little bit, back below right now. So not a huge price target increase, but I mean, this thing's already gone 14 to 24 in the matter of a week and change here. So pretty impressive.
I know 595% increase year to date. It's an absolute rock and not bad, yeah. Great, Patty Ice giving us his take on Mara on the midday. Hope you caught that. It is one of the only stocks that he focuses on, kind of looking at those levels, but it's been a great uptrend. Dip buys have been working on this. Not much more to add other than what Brendo said. Not really seeing the explanation for the upgrade from H.C. Wainwright, but I guess when you're up 600% on the year, you don't really need one, Brendo.
I mean, I was just going to kind of throw some cold water on that, but zoom out a little bit. 600% doesn't really show up on the daily chart. So, yeah, still ways to go for Mara.
Oh, Mara. Yeah, Mara, what a great trade it was today, man. I mean, Mara was pretty hot. We talked about it with the 28 or 24% short float. And we've been discussing Mara for a while, just like we talked about Rivian since, mid to high teens there, 17, 18, $16 on Rivian, same way. Okay, Mara. All right, so this is a funny story about Mara. Like, we're positive on it, everything is fine. These purples, I started going short here, and we started to do okay. So here's the move up initially. We have the high of the day on Mara. We have 24.25. We bought this in the pre-market. We're so confident on this. We bought this at 8:30. We bought this on the $23 break. But then when we started to come back in and we broke back below $23, then I started switching over to the short until it basically said, you're an idiot. This is not short, because like all it did was come back. And then I was like, not only am I an idiot for shorting this, but I looked at my own notes after all. And you know what I wrote down? 22.50 to go long on Mara. I wrote this down at 8 o'clock.
Damn.
So then I looked over here and then I said, this bottom that was made was 22.56. And I'm like, what am I doing? And this goes to trading your plan. Like, what am I even doing shorting this thing? I should just waited, took the long there, right? But like, that's why I wanted the long. It was up today. Bitcoin's still fine, man. Bitcoin's 44.2 right now. Like, it's not doing anything. This move down did coincide with a little bit of a Bitcoin push, but I was just getting excited thinking, okay, if we break, this thing's down. And it's part of why I'm short Affirm right now. It's just so high that the minute it turns, it's going to be dramatic. But then I said, forget about this, man. Once we broke 23, I went long. So end of the day, we are long. We are now $1. It's always better when you're in a club,
Hey.
Hey, I haven't been to a damn club in 20 years. Maybe 8 years. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. But it's always nice to see this rebound. Always good. When's the last time Obi went to the club?
Probably
Friday.
I think we went to, the last one I went to was in Chicago, Tal, I think. That was the last one, if I remember.
We said when?
Oh, that was, I think, a few months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
within
the past, like 4
Were
or
you
5
down
months.
did you check out the CME?
Yeah, I saw the building from the outside. I didn't really get a chance to really explore. I was with family and stuff, and they weren't really, not really interested.
I was going to say, next time you are at the CME, or you're in Chicago, or New York, let me know, and we'll see if we get you on the floor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I frequent Chicago every now. My sister lives there, so I go there a few times a year. All right, CME, Chicago boys, I'm coming.
I got you. Let's go, Chicago gang. All right,
the M Gate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've only driven through Chicago. I've never hung out there, so that's one thing I want to go. Like when we were going into Green Bay, just passed through or whatever. I think we might have spent. You know what? We might have had dinner there one night, but we never spent the night. So, anyways, yeah. Shout out to Chicago there. It's pizza. You like the deep dish?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Any thoughts on Mara or Bitcoin or anything?
Yeah. Just we've basically been consolidating. Here's a problem with my sticky note, Sean. You had 22.50. I had 22. 50 pennies off. So I was like, all right. I was looking for this level to kind of come in here from yesterday. That was also the closing price, right? But you know what? This is pretty decent, this consolidation. And then when you come in and literally kind of hold pre-market consolidation above previous day's low, yeah, that 22.50 is definitely a great place to interact. And something that confirms that is that price barely sticks around. This is a 3-minute candle, so we barely stayed there for not even for 6 minutes.
I know.
So being a great price, you see price come into it and price accelerate away from it just as fast. And now we're building up above VWAP, very strong trend. Look at this volume coming in on this push right here. Where's that candle? Okay, so this push right here. So I'm watching these highs. These highs are 24 highs, and that 24 coming in on Mara really nice. So I think if this trend can continue, again, Mara's in a bigger picture kind of a uptrend. We've been coming up from sub $10, and now we're finally pushing, knocking on the door of 25. So I think with a strong Bitcoin, this can continue to keep going for sure.
I just, before we go back, I got to make sure that everybody hits the like and the subscribe.
Yes, please do.
This one.
Like, subscribe, and share it. The show that takes
There we go.
I like
Just
the
it ended on
transition
him. That was
Yeah,
good.
that's solid.
I like
That's
that
solid.
one.
Good stuff. Yeah.
I like that one. So
Great execution.
all right. Yeah. Well, let's just do the one that we all like, anyways. Let's go back over to this one.
Hola, like and subscribe today.
Where's Adara's? We gotta. Why don't we just film one with Adara? Come on, Fabian. Come on. Yeah, Adara will do it. Adara's game. All right. All right. Zoom, a stock I have not looked at. Let's go over to the desk.
Yeah, it wasn't terribly exciting today. There was a downgrade. So we started the day lower, but really not much has happened on the daily chart today. We got back towards that 71.50, 72 area. That's about it. But yeah, $70 price target here from Wells Fargo on a downgrade. Too underweight for poor old Zoom.
Yeah, $70 price target, Brendo. We were looking this morning to see how much ARK has of this left. It's the 7th largest holding amongst all the ETFs for them. Higher price target for Cathie Wood and ARK. We'll have to wait and see what they do. They were talking earlier this year about incorporating AI and trying to expand their product inventory. But yeah, they are kind of known for their one-hit wonder.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many other options now. It's a tough path to tread. Just watching the NASDAQ going negative here too, guys.
Wow, what a dump.
Yeah, hopefully this market goes lower. All right. So we are now $1 in the money on Meta. We're almost $1 in the money on Affirm. We're almost $1 in the money on Shopify. We are 80 cents in the money on Mara, and we are $1 in the money on Google. Can you believe we maybe have $4 clubs on right now? So let's see what happens. I need this market to fall down. That's the first thing. Okay, Zoom. Okay, we're going to talk about DocuSign in a minute. Let's just look at Zoom for the first time together right here. How about that? Okay, so we're doing this together. So this is what I look at when I see Zoom. So I'm just going to zoom this out over to a 1-minute chart, which is what we have right now. Obviously, anybody can see this high of $72, but is it anything at all? It's only down 1.3%. So this is, again, oh no. Okay, good. The chart's going to load up. So looking at a 20-minute chart here, this is why I wasn't super excited to look at Zoom today, although obviously a breakdown here of 70.70 looks pretty darn good, right? Often, I'm looking at this together with you. This is how I would do it. This is how I would write the sticky note. Yes, sir, Meta. Meta down to VWAP, now $1 in the money. Let's go. It's Print City. It's Meta. All right, so this is how I would build the sticky note, and we could do some lessons on this. You see this level right there, that's 70.50. That's 70.50 right there, so that's definitely something that could be concerned with. Then you had a wick down there to 70.50 when the 200 period was 70, so that's pretty close. This wick obviously didn't happen, that's a mistake. Then you gapped through that level using, once again, 70.50 as the high. So that gap down pushes to 69, whatever, makes them move back up. Now, you're looking right now again at 70.50. So to me, this is the area. So you need another $1 down. So let's just say I was looking at this and we just talked about, let's pretend we're doing the sticky note now. I would write down here, Zoom was a miss, so it's down 1.2%. So for me, I would say this would be a breakdown short. So I would say look for a breakdown between, 70.50 would be good. And then on the upside, if you got anything up in and around here, 73, also a decent short. So we've gotten nowhere near any of those levels today. So, actually, right off the open, there's 70.50. So again, if you were bullish and wanted to use that level, there you had a number. And then you also didn't have to worry about it because it didn't break lower. But now that I see that that was basically the opening price just before the auction, that's even better for a short. If that breaks now, you're going to trap all of these traders that are long at 71, because everybody that's long at 71 is going to be using most likely 70.50 as their out. So I would say if we can get there, you hit the short and then use that as resistance, and then I feel like you'll get 50 cents, no problem on that. That's a little live look right there on ZM.
Yeah, so I was looking at NVIDIA for a second there because I saw Comp SRX saying he closed the short there, and then the market, I guess on the market dump when NVIDIA broke down its consolidation. That's pretty solid there, man. Good, solid trade. Congratulations. Breaking the low of day's consolidation into yesterday's close. That's pretty solid. But yeah, nice. I'm glad that short worked out for you. Zoom, again, we talked about this name in the morning. Hasn't really done too much off the open there today. Yeah, a little bit of a downgrade, but choppy action, sideways action, orbiting VWAP. So I don't think there's too much to see here. A little again bigger picture. It has been kind of downtrending overall, and it's been pretty much sideways within these 70s. Again, looking back on the daily, you can see how long we've been consolidating in this range here for, I guess I'd say the most part of the year, we've just been in between the 60 to 75 range.
All right, DocuSign, bottom of the list here, ends up being very similar to Zoom on the day. Back downside, but a bit of a bounce underway. This is a daily chart, FYI. So trying to hold on to the bottom end of the range here, but Wells Fargo downgrading DocuSign, going to underweight after this huge move up.
That's the thing, though. This is one of those anomalies where you downgrade it, but you increase the price target. So the previous price target by Wells Fargo was 47. They're bumping that up to 50, even though they are downgrading it from equal weight to underweight. This is one of the ones I talked about this morning, something that I use often in my business, and there's really no other substitutes that can kind of compare. There are informal ones. We talked about Adobe Acrobat allowing you now to sign documents and send it, but not the same security, Breno, that DocuSign allows.
No, but decent day anyways, coming off that negative open this morning, guys.
Yeah, DocuSign.
I like that level down there. I was just looking here at a firm quickly. There's people asking me about this trade. Like 48.50 bounced pretty good right there. That's $1. That'd be $1.10 in the money. That doesn't. I was just looking at it like this. Like there is so much room to the downside if you break this shelf. I don't even have any bids. My bid is at 48 flat. I think we definitely get that. And I mean, look at a firm rate here for those of you asking. Like you're well under the 50 period now. Not well under it, but that's $50 or so. You're now at 48.85. Just look at this break, right? There's a lot of space below this 48.50. We actually, even if you look at this, we actually wicked down there to 48.50 before yesterday morning, before taking it out. So, sometimes you zoom out and you have a look at these charts to give you a little bit of a, come on, man, let's go. Firm's starting to go now a little bit. But yeah, trying to find out where there was levels. And you said this earlier, Obi, like looking back on different time frames will give you potentially a better look at if disaster happens, or if you get that huge move down, where are you? You can Fibonacci everything, put these lines on and get the proper retracements and all that. So that's something that you might want to use. I haven't perfected that or anything, so that's, anyways. We'll wait to see if a firm drops. I really, really like that. I know a lot of you are talking about NVIDIA right now. I took a shot long there, but wow, this is another one. Yes, good look on this, guys. Like, again, if you drop out of this, these levels here is 490. I guess not that far down, 493 though. Definitely think you can get back into here for sure today. This is another one. I mean, the market's bleeding down. I just gotta make sure I might just get out of Mara. We already have our out here for Google. What? Oh no, that's the NASDAQ. Okay, I was gonna say, where's my Google? Okay, there it is. That scared me because I was like, Google's supposed to come out on this break. So we're getting very, very close to getting out of Google right now. Shopify short, we're definitely not short enough. We need more short. The market here is at 17,000. You're 10 handles away. I shouldn't say you're at it. But if you break that now, then yeah. The market doesn't only have to go up, Obi, you know what I mean? There are going to be some days where this number's actually going to finish the day red. So is today going to be one of those days? This tells me yes. As long as we're under VWAP, and this is the other thing, you hit VWAP and then you retrace back to the 50, but you didn't even, you didn't make a new high. You didn't take out the past high there at all. You didn't even really come that close to it, 10 handles away, and now you're pushing lower. To me, this is setting up for, maybe a bigger drop than we are anticipating now. So, DOCU at $60, I think is a buy. I did not pull the trigger on it. I do want to buy some more of that name. So I like DocuSign, and I think there's a possibility there for that buyout to actually happen.
Yeah. We saw what happened. What was it on Friday? Yeah, Friday.
Might be a good put.
Buyout rumor. Yeah, it's been. Yeah. Okay. So. Friday has been, Friday was the day where we got that rumored news, and then you can see almost above a 10% pop intraday on buyout rumor news, and it snaps right back right up into the 65 area. But here's the thing: I just drew this kind of trend in, and yeah, a little bit of a profit taking, a little bit of a sell off since that pop. Again, on I think nothing's like confirmed or affirmed, right? It's just like it's on rumors and speculation.
Oh yeah. All they did was hire an advisory board.
Yeah. Okay. So they're in the works of a potential buyout, and yeah, you got that nice strong buying pressure. You can see the volume that happened at all of these prices. Even if you take off these first two candles that did most of that price range, take a look at this. The range that these candles made is a lot more tighter, and they have just as much volume as well. So that range kind of coming into play as we've sold off below that the second day, and we've pretty much traded most of the price action underneath that range of all of that volume. So unless and until we can pop back above into this heavily traded range and push back above, I think that this has shown itself to be a little bit of a decent fade over the past few days since that news has come out.
The market is breaking. We just talked, let's go. I'm just gonna spin this. I hate the fact that everything's going down because, again, long-term portfolios and stuff. But remember I told you multiple dollar club? Well, here's $1 club right now for a firm. So we'll hit that, right? Meta is now $1 in the money as well, as that just broke lower, even more than that. Shopify is 80 cents right now in the money. We could have that, and then we should have got out of our whole piece of Mara, and we did not. So that was a little bit foolish right here for Mara. I'm just thinking about just exiting this trade. We just tried to get out. There we go. We're out at 53. Cancel, cancel, cancel. We are now out of Mara to close that. I'm just going to ring the register on it, man. It's a positive stock today for us. I told you we screwed around down here. We nailed that 2250 on the sticky note. And join me tonight as we'll have a great market on close show one more time for everybody, the market recap show. I'm actually going to show some sector heat maps and stuff like that. Shout out to Trade Ideas for coming through on that one. But where is my sticky note? I mean, this is the thing about this here today. As we wrote down right here, Mara 2250 long. The bottom of the day is 2256, and it ripped up to 24 off that. So that's kind of sucky there. The Google 136 long, we had to take 138 long. That's still $1 in the money, and it was $2 plus. The Alibaba long, we'll talk about that in a minute. And the Roblox, we're going to be red on it. I want to go review that. That $45 level was not the greatest. We did punch long on that. It was working for a minute, and then it faded out. Let me just have, so there, we're out of Mara. If this market collapses, great, because look what Meta's doing right now, Obi. Meta is definitely on one. Huge move to the downside. There we go. Now Shopify. We got one stock, two stock, three stocks. It trades up now. All dollar now in the money. Affirm $1.20 in the money and breaking lower. I already talked about this Affirm trade. I said, see you later, man, to that stock. Sayonara to that one. That's gone. Meta gone. $1.50 in the money. Shopify $1. Nice move down as we just broke 17,000. The pain train is just starting, man. We're not even started yet. Actually, we're getting going. We should get a bid out here on Meta, though. We are near a nice little level. Let's just punch something out. And there it is right there. That's a little face slapper right there. Back and forth as we get ready to rock and roll. There's Meta. Nice little $1 plus, $1.50 right there on the Meta. You had the Meta short, right, or no?
I had the Amazon
short. I know. And me and you talked about that.
Yeah, I'm watching it. I covered some around VWAP. And I didn't have enough to begin with. And again, the idea is there were sellers at 155 in the morning, and the sellers come back in at 155. It's not really like, you just have to, I was talking to Sean again, have to stay patient, but when the move is there, it's there. And I realize it, I take it, but I don't have enough, and I'm too antsy at VWAP, and then the market goes and does this. Oh boy, do I have to kind of reassess my exit strategies there on a trade that's working well. But you know what? We miss out on 40. What is this? Almost 40 pennies. It almost got back to well, a little bit more than 40 pennies. It almost got back to the dollar. I was going to say 80, but yeah, we missed out on about 40 pennies there, and the market quadunking all the way back down to 17. And I was looking at Sean. I was like, this structure right here that broke on the NQs. Where was the last structure that was any significant on the day, right? That was that pre-market consolidation underneath that 17 that we ripped right off of, and there's pretty much nothing on all the way back down, especially if we're no longer holding that 1746 high from yesterday as well. This consolidation was looking pretty promising, but when it breaks down, and that sell comes in real hot, and it's coming in across the board. But something that is relatively strong, Sean, there is a Softy. Softy is still holding on to its VWAP as of right now, while the market is taking the straight quadunk to the downside. 17 thou. Again, I'm watching very patiently, and the price action that's been happening in and around the 17 thou has been quite educational and quite interesting to me. But here, a little bit of a bounce happening on Amazon. That's fine. We miss out on 40 pennies. We did hold most of the trade to where we wanted to, and that was VWAP. I have to reassess and be like, okay, I can take some off at VWAP, and that's perfectly fine. But if it's not giving me any other reason to get out, I should hold on to some for a bigger picture move, especially when I'm like, okay, sellers in the morning took it off of 155 and we went all the way to 154. And what do? On this trade as well, I cover most of it in the 154 halves. Same thing here. I cover pretty much everything in and around that area, give or take 10 or 20 pennies. And it's the same trade. Or it came in as the same trade, right? And he presented it to you twice. And again, we talk about some of these ranges that happen, and it was ranging yesterday as well. When the range comes in, you can look for the range to test. And as of today, the range seems like, again, look at this morning consolidation right on top of that 154. You come into 155, you come back into 154, you come into 155, come back into 154. That is a beautiful, beautiful range. Coincides with the market movement. I got to do so much better, Sean. But let me know in the chat what you guys are trading. Yeah, CompSRX was talking about NVIDIA earlier.
You don't have to do it. I mean, you had the trade. It's just a matter of holding on to it.
Holding on to more.
Yeah, having more is always the problem.
Yeah.
We've talked about that. That's like the age-old problem. You know, he's a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You know, I mean, the Grinch is going to be coming for everybody's money pretty soon, including your credit card bills if you haven't paid those off. Because here we go. Let's go affirm. Did I just get that, Phil? No, I did not. But there I go. There we get it now. We told you we were waiting around for 48. I just changed my order to 48.30. It just bounced off there. We took it. That is $1.30 now. Now Meta is now dancing at $2 in the money. And here we go, man. Like I said, this is a mean one today, and it's going to the downside right now pretty aggressively. To me, this was not rocket science. Wow. You had to have... Remember, I turned... Obi, this was wrong for the majority of the day.
Yeah.
I turned that around at 8:30.
We got the half and half, though. We got the half and half.
I'm gonna knock that bull right off the table in about a couple of seconds right now. Yeah, what's up, man? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and get me a steamer for that shirt, by the way. All right, here we go. Meta down to 351 and change. This thing's going to break 350, I think. Let's see what happens right now to this. 350 has been. I mean, maybe we have enough shares to get out. We should probably get some out if it does hit around 350. No matter what we're thinking, that's still $1.30 from here. Let's not get like too crazy train about this because honestly, the market could finish up 1% today. Like this is just, we've seen this before. We get really excited that the market's going to absolutely tank, and then it just goes, thank you very much, and rips back up. All we're getting right now is an extended move through 17,000.
Yep. And
the reason why we got such an aggressive, I already talked about the short was right here. So I've already talked about that. I remember we said once we did not make that new high and we did not test the 50 period, the break of VWAP was the short. Right there was the short against that high. So if you take that, that's 25s to 38 to 40s. That's 15 handles. You've just got yourself 25 handles, give yourself another 20, 55 handles to the downside right now for 15 handles worth of risk if you took a very, very basic setup, right? But ifs and buts are worth candies and nuts or something like that. But anyways, it's really ridiculous for me not to take something out. So I am going to put a bid, but it's not till 350.50. All right, so let's do that. I'm just going to let this thing fall down. If it trades, it trades. Good on ya. Right now, we said we look at Roblox, so let's just do that quickly. A stock that we lost on that I feel like, oh, that's what it sounded like today for me for sure. But now that I look at this,
Oh my God, this selling is coming in real hard.
selling is going to be coming in a lot harder than this, Obi. So you don't worry about it for
These guys are
now.
wiping the bid.
Yeah, they're wiping the bid. I told you, this is a Grinch, man. The Grinch is here, baby. And we sort of thought, I was asked this yesterday. Is today likely to be a red day? And I was like, I feel like it could be a red day. Likely, like, you just trade what's in front of you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. But
Gotta be as nimble as possible, right?
yes.
Gotta stay nimble.
You got to have the ability to reverse your positions, right?
Yep.
Like here in Meta, we were long, and then it just, I don't know, we got to those levels, we started to break lower. And Meta's not even a great stock to short. There's probably way, way better shorts, man, than what we've got on right now. Probably AMD, probably Nvidia's probably ripping as well, tanking to the downside. Let's have a quick check on that. I'm trying to find names. See, look at this. Like, oh, this is frustrating because we should have this on Nvidia. Remember I said if we break 495, so this is what I mean. We've called all of these moves and we don't really have them all. Look at Nvidia, huge move to the downside. We do have Micron reporting after the close today. So that's another thing. Micron tonight after the close.
Ooh,
Also BlackBerry tonight as well. So there are a few names to go, but damn, shorty, this was a nice break of 496 right there on Nvidia. Let's check out its brethren here in AMD. Advanced Micro Devices also kicking it. So this is what I meant by Meta. AMD, these stocks are already getting kicked, right? So Meta is not even red yet. So we should have maybe picked something that we knew could have fallen a little bit more than everything else. Oops, we did. It's a firm right there. So let's go, man. We've been on this bear all day. It's nice that it's finally paying off. And just to everybody, like, it was last week. They're like, oh, Sean only goes short. Sean only goes long. I mean, I guess we're just going schlong then today because like we had a great long there in Alibaba. We had a great long earlier on. And look at this Intel long. We had the bottom of the day. Like we're long Intel 46.25, man. It went to $47. We got out right there in the middle of all the here because things for me were not confluencing with each other here. But that was a nice move to the upside. This is probably a buy, by the way. You see, so when I look at this, Obi, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a buy, no?
Yeah, I mean, there were buyers there before, so you can look for them again.
Yeah, so I'm not though, but
Yeah.
this would be a level that if you are looking for a buy, why not hit Intel right now, right? It's up against all the other semis. Let me just check out what Micron is doing right now. Hey, everybody. Let's go check out what Micron's doing today. When I'm in the all black, that should have signaled something, right? I mean, I'm not actually going to wear all red. That would look ridiculous. But here we go. I guess when you get stocks in the black, that's actually a good thing. So right there for Micron, 80 and change. So that's a decent level too. They're down 3% and reporting later on today. That's Micron. All right, $2. I might deal with this meta position and just get out, but we'll see.
Yeah, nice short on Meta. I'm getting a little bit of FOMO because I had the long off the 155, and now we're breaking the 154 previous low there. And yeah, I'm just waiting, patiently waiting, looking for that tape to change, talking it out so I can give myself some more patience and I don't get antsy, even though I have the buy queued up, ready to go. There's no real sign and signal to buy right now as the sellers keep wiping the bid. The bid is like, there's size showing up on the bid. Again, you guys can see it right here. Look, 4 lots, 7 lots, 10 lots, inverse gates. It's a party for everybody. Everybody's getting filled. All the buyers getting wiped out into the bid as the market, again, pushing towards, we talk about this consolidation being a little bit significant as we kind of ripped off of it in the morning. We're coming right into the lower end of that consolidation and even breaking it, maybe a little bit of a lick grab, but that 154, oh boy, that's gone. That 140 on Google, I was watching that as well. That was a great place to kind of interact earlier on as well. But anybody who's still kind of long from the morning is now underwater underneath that 140, right? VWAP was all the way up here, and yeah, I think you got out of the Google long when that VWAP broke, right? Yeah, there was a solid plan. We saw that it was consolidating all day on top of.
Oh yeah,
VWAP.
where did I get? Oh yeah,
change of behavior right there on VWAP, literally on VWAP.
Yeah, right here. Come to my screen.
Go to Sean's screen right there.
So we
it's
just
a perfect out.
saved. Oh, it's not a perfect out, but we saved ourselves.
It's a good reason to sell.
Yeah, wow.
It's a strong change of behavior.
Why, thank you, Obi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, I'm just looking at reasons to buy, reasons to sell, and that's a strong reason to sell. I had a strong reason to sell here, but yeah, we're coming in real hot.
I just bought Roblox.
If you're not short already, get out of the way because these longs are not coming in as of right now. But I'm patiently waiting when and if they do come in. I might take the long there. Again, gotta have a little bit more information. I am getting a little bit of FOMO out on the short.
Yeah, tell me about it, man. All right.
Oh my God.
What happened?
Nvidia's just tanking.
Yeah, dude. I thought we discussed what the imminent danger was here in this market. But all right, so I just wanted to talk about Roblox because this is completely my bad. Like I just lost 5 cents. Yeah, it feels like that again. Oh man, that every time here on Roblox. No, so I had a bid there at 50 and I just got out once it broke through 40 there real quick. I actually left a bid there. So that was my bad. Like I didn't even, we wrote down 44.50 earlier that we liked for this level right back in here if it did come through, but it just did break. And I was fine holding it. Like it broke 10 cents. We lost 10 cents. But again, that was a level that I was willing to stick out on, but then I don't want the longs. So we had to flash out of that one real quickly there on Amazon. All right, so Affirm. Maybe you guys really, maybe people didn't believe me when I said what was going to happen to Affirm. Did you believe me, Obi?
Yeah.
Okay. Good answer.
You said below 50, right? Sure.
Good answer.
50. Yeah.
No, but we zoomed it out. Remember, we looked and I was like, "Where's Affirm going to stop?" This is when this was at 49.50 or whatever it was, or 48.50. You're now at 47.50 and starting to go lower and lower and lower right now. Affirm is broken, and darn it, we should have some puts. We should have some like expiring mid-January puts on this thing because this is going back down. It's going to have a 3 handle on this name. We'll have a 3 handle on it by middle of January.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to bet, I don't know if we could do that sometime, but I feel like it. Let's see if that's the case or not. Bye-bye Affirm. All right, so. Ooh, this did go down to 350.90 right now for Meta. Man, being short is kind of fun when the market goes down. Eh? It's way easier for these names. Like, remember I was like, oh, look at Shopify. Fabian, look at this damn chart, Fabian, right now. Look at this chart of Shopify. What does purple mean, Fabian? Tell me in my ear what this means. Right, we're short. Very good. So there it is. Look at this move for Shopify. See you later. Wow, I'm just really amazed at some of these. We're $2.50 in the money on Meta. We're $2 in the money on Affirm. We're $1.80 in the money on Shopify, and we're feeling pretty good. You know, I might get a coffee after all this. Who do I see waiting in the wings over there? Is that Mr. Jeffrey Mendel? Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Brave man coming through here today. I mean, those Dallas Cowboys, that was quite the day. In rainy Buffalo. We'll talk to him about that one. But since we're going to talk to Mr. Mendel, you know, we were looking at, I've been trading for a while here, GBTC. We don't have any trades on this today, but I just want to tell everybody, like, look at the way this thing is trading. You know, there's a liquidity here on both sides of this. So, you know, you're able to get in and out on this. And I've been looking at GBTC because the thing is, right now, Bitcoin is up 4.12%. Like, look at this. Here's Bitcoin 4.12, GBTC 4.18, right? So we're tracking it I look at both of these things. If there is an outsized move in crypto, although I've been trading Mara today, and Mara was absolutely fantastic, definitely look for key level breaks. Like they're holding this back right here at 43.50 or so. You break through there and you get Bitcoin to go. That's one of the better things about the OTC markets is they tend to trend. Like if you get going the right way on some of these names, a lot of the time they won't stop. So watch out for that one coming through. Your Amazon is absolutely getting kicked. And man, oh man, I might just have to tweet this out. This Shopify trade, man, alert on that one. Okay, Obi. No, you're speechless. I get it.
Yeah.
Look what Meta just did.
Wow.
That's $3, Obi. This is $3 now with the money.
You were
and still going.
The short from before, right?
We've been.
Yeah. That was a great turn,
Accumulation.
and then now you get that continuation. That is beautiful. I'm watching this 153.30s area. A little bit of a bid came in yesterday around here, and I'm just looking for more of the same. But with the market quadunking as heavy as it is off that 17,000 and that consolidation, the morning structure, the pre-market structure, whatever you want to call it, sellers are wiping the bid as of right now.
Dude, this is
across the board. This is ridiculous. This is absolute like somebody's selling or whoever's selling. The sellers are definitely in charge off of these levels. And talk about that Tesla 260. Oh boy, is that a follow through to the downside? 250 coming in on Tesla off of, again, we talk about how strong VWAP sellers were, and look at the follow through and the continuation happening. We're wiping week lows here. These are Monday lows. We're making fresh lows on the week here on Tesla. So let's take a quick look at the weekly here. Yeah, take a look at that. Little bit of a sell coming in and around where sellers have been pretty active over the past few months, right? So
we do.
I think the fact that they come in real hot and heavy, you got to stay prepared. You got to stay ready. You got to stay shorting it. Like I think the way you kind of worked into Meta there, I think that's probably the safest way to take this trade. It's just like,
Obi,
what's going on?
I was born ready. The thing is, you always have to be on. You always have to be on.
Yeah.
You always have to be on because you never know when the stock market is going to do this. Someone in the chat just said, what's up to, it's not Renata, it is a Redna. What does a 3 handle mean? It just means a firm next month will have a 3 in front of it. So it will not have a 4, it will have a 3. That's what a 3 handle means.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that.
All right. And one man who is always prepared, always spiffy, some of the best hair in the business. It is the man, the myth, the legend.
Okay.
It is Jeff Mendel and Brendan.
That was quite the intro, Mr. Mendel. It's good to see you. How has your week been? How are you?
Oh, I mean, the weekend was kind of rough. Sunday was brutal.
There may or may not have been push-ups involved. There was a bet that happened between Sharif and Neil. You know how that played out.
That.
So
don't worry. Neil changed my punishment. So it's going to be one of those in-person things. So next time I'm up there, I'll probably have to wear like a Josh Allen T-shirt or something. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, we won't hold our breath at this point then. Let's talk about the market. I'll keep an eye on this move downside right now, guys. So there's decent volume coming in behind this sell-off right now in the overall market. But let's get an update on what's been moving around as far as OTC is concerned. All I see is crypto at the top of the list, Jeff. It's been one of those weeks. I mean, we're back above 44,000 for GBTC, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, lots of movement today. It's funny. It's like usually I come on in the pre-market when like everything's kind of lining up but not actually trading. And today, on here and GBTC is just going crazy right now. It's up over. I think it's up over 4% right now. So pretty in line with pretty in line with BTC right now. And so actually, I actually want to highlight some of the other grayscale names right now, right? So I can go right down the list. There's Grayscale Basic Attention Coin Trust, right? That's GBAT. There's Grayscale Bitcoin Cash. There's Grayscale Chainlink. Grayscale Decentraland, Grayscale Decentralized Finance. It goes down the list. Ethereum Classic, and then the other one that we always talk about, Grayscale Ethereum Trust, and then a Filecoin, as well too. So I'll actually email these over to you guys. But you know, some of these other names too. It's you know, we're always talking about the two bigger ones, GBTC and ETHE. Sometimes, you know, there's not as much volume going off in these other names, but sometimes, you know, when the whole crypto market is going, you know, these names will kind of lag behind a little bit the move, and then all of a sudden, you know, people just start jumping into it, and then the move happens. So definitely some opportunity, you know, when we're seeing some of these other altcoin grayscale products. Definitely some opportunity in those as well too. Like I said, I'll shoot over an email to you guys. Maybe you can throw it out in the chat. But you know, definitely something to keep an eye out.
Will do. Definitely do that. I wasn't aware of there was that many options when it comes to that, but it's a great point. When, you know, we're looking for, as active traders, you're looking for opportunities in a market that's not only moving, but doing a ton of volume. As you said, some of the movements might be a little more pure and not as affected by algorithmic trading, things like that, and other bigger players maybe stepping in front of your orders. Anything else catching your eye today? I mean, there's a ton, as you said, ton of volume going off here. This is the current market conditions over at OTC. So if you go to their website, they have the most active list. They have the advancers on here. They have the decliners on here. So great resource for anyone who's looking at the OTC market.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, Sean's like, you know, it's great to be short and, you know, short stuff and when the market's going down. But, you know, one thing I'm looking at right now, LKNCY is down today. It's actually been trending down for the past month. I know, you know, we've been talking about how great it's been doing. I mean, it's still up, it's still trading around 27. When it came to OTC markets, it was, I don't know, I think below $4. But yeah, it's down today. It's been down the past month, but definitely something to keep an eye out. Maybe going to be, you know, some more movement going into the close here. That's Luck and Coffee, LKNCY.
Some headlines of late, the last couple of days on around the cannabis space. We've touched on it in the past, but any cannabis-related names catching your eye today? There's been a few. Obviously, if they're listed in Canada on any of the exchanges in Canada, typically there'll be an OTC offering south of the border as well.
I'm seeing a decent amount of activity in symbol GTBIF. It's Green Thumb. So is that a Toronto stock exchange name?
Sounds like it, yes.
Totally sure off the top of my head, but yeah. So Green Thumb, it is a Canadian listed company that trades over the counter down here in the U.S. and a U.S. dollar denominated quote. It's symbol GTBIF. So you know, another way to trade Canadian names, but in a U.S. dollar denominated quote. Symbol GTBIF. See if there's anything else. Give me 1 second. Let's see.
TII is the symbol, if anyone's wondering here, on the CSE. But yeah, a few headlines surrounding that. I also saw this. Was it LQDA was up today? But you tell me what you're seeing.
LQ. What was that ticker again?
That might be, it's NASDAQ. Never mind. I thought it was OTC, but it's NASDAQ today.
That's yeah. I don't know if you've been following the OTC markets Twitter feed and LinkedIn page, but you know, we've been putting out some pretty good stuff on you know, some of the small cap listings on NASDAQ, and you know, they're trading out of compliance, and so I think I forgot the number, but it's hundreds of names that I think typically would, you know, have been delisted in the past, but NASDAQ is actually holding on to them. And, you know, so at OTC markets, we have QX and QB, which, you know, you have to follow standards in order to be a QX or QB company. And, you know, we uphold those here at OTC markets.
There was a delisting that came off of the New York exchange that I'm actually still seeing it, Sean, on New York, but it's not trading, obviously. Farfetch, FTCH, reportedly on its way to the OTC markets. Anything on that?
So that is, I have the ticker here. Give me 1 second. FTCHF is the ticker here. And it's trading today. It's traded over 75 million shares. FTCHF trading here. So Farfetch, I guess So you said that was a delist off of NYSE. Yeah, already 75 million shares today. I mean, it's a 3 cent stock, but still a decent amount of activity, almost 5,500 trades in it. So, people who are, if people who are still in it, or people who are looking to get in it, FTCHF.
Yeah, and that's the point I was getting to, in the sense that if anyone ever gets caught in something along those lines, there's always a way to. That's unfortunate though. I think it was 42 cents. It came off New York, opens up at 3 cents down there. So that's what happens when companies end up going down to OTC market off of one of the big boards. Great stuff, Mr. Mendel. Have a wonderful holiday season. Enjoy. Are you getting any time off in the next week or so?
I'm actually going to take next week off, so enjoy
Skiing
some
or
time.
no?
But yeah, this will be the last time I'm on, probably for 2023. So it's been a great year with you guys, and looking forward to doing some more stuff in 2024.
Absolutely.
But I may have to delay coming in person, or just find a day that Neil is not around.
We'll pass that along. Is there a Vermont trip in the next week or so?
Well, I mean, I think you'd probably be better off going kayaking in Vermont next week. I think it's going to be back up I think it's going to be back up to almost 50 degrees. So not a good winter for snow lovers so far. But
yeah.
We got some time.
Yeah, same here. Unfortunately, it's not been a ski season yet in Southern Ontario anyways. Have a wonderful holiday season. Happy New Year if we don't speak to you. And we'll catch up again in 2024.
Thanks again, guys.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mendel. Some good fun there with Farfetch and everything. But you know what? Everybody in the chat is like, yo, what's going on with this market? There is like a big, huge dump here. And I was just saying to Obi, it seems, first of all, we're $4 in the money on Meta, we're $2.50 in the money on Shopify, and we're $2.50 in the money on Affirm. And honestly, if you're looking for one trade, like this is one trade on Affirm, breaking that low of the day. We had it even way before this move happened. Affirm was down, and I've already called Affirm and where this thing's going. We actually broke that down as well. Shopify, huge move right there. We looked at that one. Here goes Shopify. See you later. I don't even want to get out of any of this, but I did have to cover some Meta, as Meta just bounced again off of 350. So we just got some out. I mean, look at this trade here on Meta. Short, covering because we weren't breaking. There's a cover at VWAP. Then we broke it. We covered that bottom. And then we're just like, let's see how much fun we can actually have here on a Wednesday afternoon. So are you entertained yet? I mean, these moves are making that move down. This is a brand new low of the day here on FedEx, on the market. FedEx also right now down to the downside as well. But Meta breaking. We got some out there at 349. I mean, where is this name going to stop? Who knows? Meta, Affirm, and Shopify, all of that, man. Remember, the Santa Claus rally is December 22nd. So buy the dips. No, it's happened 77% of the time, and the average gain is 2.3 percentage points in 1 week. So that's coming into the close right now. Watch out for potential movement down to the downside. What else is getting clocked? What else do you guys want to talk about? Tesla clock city, probably. Yeah, 249. I mean, everything. Was there, I'll give Brendan a second, because what is there any news on the market itself? I mean, I have Benzinga Pro open, and we use this on the closing show as well. Yeah, Neil's there. What's up, Neil? Yeah, all right. See ya. All right. I was just going to see here if there's anything basically. Sometimes it will say here like SPY or anything like that on potentially why some of these moves would have been happening to the downside. There's something on. No, that's Binance. That's nothing. BTC is nothing. I don't see like a market-related reason for this sort of, I don't know, crush to the downside. We're now $4 in the, like, everything is just getting real spicy, man. And it doesn't look at this Tesla. Look at Affirm bleeding. Look at Amazon bleeding to the downside there as we watch out for that. Google, absolutely tank city. Everything is pretty much, all right, so Darwin's just saying it's China, Taiwan. Oh no. Nah, because this is part of the problem, man. We'll go back over to Alibaba. This is why I've been saying this whole time, China is an investment if you believe that we can get sort of through any of the issues geopolitically. Heading into an election year here we're in Canada, but in the United States, you're going to have a lot of China talk, and yeah, not good. I don't know exactly what the news is. I'm just talking about what you guys are talking about there in the chat. Okay, so just hearing in my ear from Brendan that there isn't really anything official on anything. Which one is my biggest short right now? What do you mean, Magic Mike? Okay, so I have the least amount of shares on Meta, if that's what you're asking. And the reason why is that I had the most amount of shares on Meta. Even though it was a $350 name, I had the most amount of shares on Meta. So I just thought, I don't know what I thought, but you know, really, again, it's not like I was gonna say I feel blessed. I don't, because I do, but not because of this market doing this. I mean, this is what the market does. And I sat here and I said to Obi, like, look at this Mara out. You know, how do you not, so you could say, how could you be a bull, but then make money in this market? How about that's how? You know, long Google early, obviously we don't have anything out up there, which is ridiculous, but then hold it to VWAP and then get out so that now we don't have to worry about this. Move back in. All right, let's find some bottoms. At some point, this market's going to stop. We're all the way down to 16.8. Remember when we looked at the futures, Obi, and I did this little nice move right here? But we went over and we said right here, when we did not make a new high right here, after testing VWAP, going back and not making a new high, then all the way to the downside. Yeah, I mean, I wish we actually made, you know, we did make on this, but you know, you can always have more shares and you can always have a different day. And that's what I told Obi, just you know, teaching and passing on as much as I can to Obi is that he's saying he has crazy amounts of FOMO. So do I. I think we all do, right? No matter where you are right now, if you're not short, max default basically. No problem.
I said, yeah, definitely. I do.
If you're not, and I was saying if you're not sort of maxed, if you're not sort of fully loaded up here on a max position, you're going to have FOMO. So it's not about today, it's about tomorrow. Yeah. What did we see today that we can transfer into tomorrow? Donald Trump said something here, U.S. Supreme Court. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Trump, honestly, because there's so many things. There's something in Colorado with him. There's a lot about a lot of markets right now and a lot of different political things. So like to comment on China when we don't have anything official, to comment on Trump. I mean, Adam's been in this chat and been watching us for a while, so that's not trying to stir the pot here or anything. It's just that is what can happen. And I actually tweeted this. I actually told this to someone that used to watch the show a lot, Dan Emmons. Me and him go back and forth on Twitter a bit. And I said it's going to be a real volatile year, I feel like, heading into 2024. We do have a lot of actionable events coming through, including, you know, Russia, Ukraine, including Palestine and Israel, and including the own elections happening, including possible interest rate 150 basis point cuts coming in 2024. So let's go. Yeah, and you can always do like South Park and just blame Canada. Like blame Canada for everything because we here, baby. All right, let's get rid of that. Did you just cut that short? No. Okay. All right, Fabian.
Okay. All right.
I see you. All right, so no, because he's the Chilean nightmare. Yeah.
So
Randy?
What's happening?
Okay, I thought I heard something.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go. This is what, I mean, maybe the last couple of days when we sold Snapchat up near the top, right? We did that yesterday. Maybe when we sold NVIDIA at 494, like, this is what what? NVIDIA is, okay, let's go. We're going to have to start making some serious trades here at some point. Nice move down for NVIDIA. There is going to be a point here where there is a bounce back and we can get back into some of these shorts. I don't know if it's time to hammer the short now, but so let's try to find some names that we know we want to short if there's any kind of a pullback, right? So AMD, where's a level? Unfortunately, I have to kind of wait for 50 period moving averages, so you're going to be well off on a lot of these names. Where's Intel? They're all just so far down. You guys, if there's any names in the chat, What's up, Daryl? You're $13 in the money on what? On Nvidia probably. Great trade there. Called it. Affirm. This guy's out right now. What's up to you, John? What's up to you, John Swigard? He is short Affirm and out. I mean, I don't know if it was on this trade or you're short Affirm other than that, but that's a great trade, dude. Nice move down on Affirm. We did this work. I said 46 out on Affirm. We are right here right now. Obi, I didn't believe in myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so like this move down right into this level, this is a level. I'm going to get out, man. 46, I feel like let's just put a stop at 47 on Affirm, okay? You know where my Affirm short, my stop is right now? Obi, can you see what this says right here on my screen?
62 or 5003.
Okay, thank you, Obi. My short, my cover on Affirm was $50.03. So that was right here at 49.66. So my out was at $50. It's right there. Oh, we just look. The thing is, I have to cancel it to put a new one in. So right there, 30 cents worth of risk to now be in the money, $3. I'm happy with that. Let me cancel that. Too much talking, blah, 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 and not enough trading. 47.02. If it breaks that, we gone. We have to be happy with that, man. Again, we can carry these all the way down, or we can actually be smart about it and get out if there's a retracement back up. So let's do that, and then we will have the ability. I mean, come on, if anybody has the ability to do this, it's going to be me. I have over 200 executions today. I had no problem in getting out if something goes awry. There it is, Affirm. We will ring that damn register for $2.50 on that one. Let's do some more work. Shopify. How about we get out on this break? 76. Let's do it. We're going to miss the very bottom, but we cannot complain for $2.50. Let's get out if we justify the break through this 20-period moving average, $76 out on that one. I could tell you where my stop on Shopify is. You may not believe it. It's $78.60. 20 cents worth of a break for $2.50 in the money. We'll do that again. I'm just going to cancel this and put this stop in $76.02. We are out on Shopify if that goes out. So that's that. Let me check back in on Affirm. It was probably a horrible out. Or was it? Bang, right there. That's a good out right there for Shopify as we save ourselves 30 cents. So far so good here. Let's all be merry.
Yeah, what an absolutely wild move there, Sean. I definitely have a little bit of FOMO, a little bit of degeneracy, kind of holding this position. But again, I'm playing for the reversion and giving it a lot of room to kind of work there. But yeah, the quadunk in the market, very very extreme kind of selling going on, and again, catalyst driven. Yeah, might have gotten involved a little bit too early there and holding on to a falling knife, but again, it is what it is. I'm kind of playing for that reversion back in on an unusual kind of move there, an outlier move, one could call it there. And as the futures kind of wick up off of that 16.8, we're catching a little bit of a bid here across the board. Apple kind of coming up. Apple didn't really get too far. Pre-market lows, it just clipped those by what's pre-market low? Pre-market lows in and around 195.60s. The low on this flush was 195.40, so only about a 20 penny flush onto pre-market lows on Apple. And same thing with Softy. Softy didn't even break, or I guess it clipped a little bit of its pre-market low as well there, and kind of bouncing around. 16.8, hard wick on the 15-minute. This 151, 152 level on Amazon potentially coming in. I thought the 153 would be it, but it was a little bit too early for that move there. And yeah, Tesla as well. Oh boy, was I looking to kind of interact in and around the 255s, 260s on that name, and yeah, just take a look. Quadunk to the downside, very very heavy there. But yeah, maybe a little bit of relief as of right now coming into the market. Let's see how much of a reversion we can get, if it'll even give that to us. But yeah, strong sell-off. We did more than an ATR on Amazon on that flush. And yeah, I was short at that 155 because strong reasons to sell kind of showing up earlier, showing up again, similar reasons as reasons from before, earlier on in the day. And yeah, that comes in real nice and gives you, gives it to you, I guess, gives you a full ATR, 155 to 151 halves. The ATR on Amazon is just above 3 points there. So we did a nice, strong flush, about a 4-point flush to the downside there on Amazon, catching a little bit of a bounce here off the 151 halves. Let's see how far it gets. Alphabet as well, again, that 140 coming in, but we bounced literally right off of day low here. I'll pull up the chart so you guys can see it a little bit better here on Google. Right here, that is our friend Alphabet. So right here, you see that strong buying off the open, and look at where we're bouncing off of right now, exactly in and around that area, 138 and some change underneath the 50, and we're catching a little bit of a bounce. So let's see how we do. We got only about 45 minutes of trading left before the bell for today. So strong move going into power hour. Again, looking for that reversion. But yeah, let us know in the chat. Were you guys trading any names when this Quadunk happened? Were you guys in any shorts? Were you guys in any longs? And how did you deal with this strong market flush that's happening right now?
Brendo.
Apple on a bit of a bounce here, right back down now, but there was a spike higher. Report suggesting they're ramping up Vision Pro production and are aiming for a February launch for that VR headset.
Okay. All right, interesting. I mean, I don't mind that VR headset. I don't know if we'll be buying that thing. That seems a little bit expensive to me. And they wanted to come out with that thing at, I think it was 3,500, wasn't it? USD, something like that.
Oh,
it's going to be a little
something crazy.
A little bit of price.
Yeah. You can get yourself a nice PC and a VR headset for that much. So it's like, yeah. No, Ramin's saying, isn't that what that is? No, it might be a decent computer, but it's nowhere near what you can probably build yourself for about a few grand. So yeah, exactly. Fabian knows what's up.
Fabian's got that on lockdown. This is a pretty interesting thing here. We talked about this earlier about investing and stuff. So this was something that Adair just sent to me, which I like a lot. It'll be on Sean's tweets tonight. Join me on the market recap show. And I just tweeted this out actually. This is probably the most, and I commented on it. Here, I'll just read it out. I'm like so intellectual. This might be the most amazing, interesting event that I've ever seen, to be honest with you. I shouldn't have said ever. But
Ever?
in just 33 days, okay, the S&P 500 went from a 52-week low to a 52-week high. In 33 days, this is the equal weighted S&P 500. Isn't that amazing? The other S&P 500, I believe it was 48 days for the original S&P 500. I'm pretty sure, but I want to talk about this for sure on the podcast as well. 52-week low made beginning of November. 52-week high is a year, right, Obi? 52 weeks? Just making sure you're paying attention. Okay, so that was in
I'm lost in the tape right now.
Same thing, man. I'm amazed at this. And by the way, we just got out of Shopify as it broke higher with a great trade there on Shopify. That probably will be the trade of the day on the recap show. But that's pretty amazing. So anyways, go find that out. And if you are, you're out at the bar tonight or at the club with Obi, you meet somebody, you can tell them this very, very interesting stat here that you heard live on Trader TV Live. So that was pretty cool. And I just thought that was amazing to be able to see that. Join me tonight as we'll go over all of that. All right, we have a very, very small piece left on Meta, man. I mean, unfortunately, we did get a lot out here at 352, which was great. And then when we got to 350, that was even better. And then 349.50. So this is the only position that we have left back on. Look, sometimes you got to wait for these, but we got out. That was a nice break there. We should have got out. Actually, we made a mistake there. We should have just gone back to this. We should have got out right here instead of where we did. 76 break is fine. I'm happy with that. The other one that we got out of was Affirm. Remember, I was like, that's it. We got to start turning around and getting long. I don't know, man. The bounce is not super aggressive as much as I thought it would. The bounce up on the market, though, it's only 317. This firm is getting close to the 50 period. I feel like we should probably take this into 48 again and see if we do get even more of a flush on a firm. This could be a good reload spot. So that's something that I'm looking at right now to be able to reload into the short as this market is doing a little bit of a dance. Why don't we try that? AFRM.
But is it a dance with no pants?
That's up to you, Obi. I mean, but for me, I'll be wearing pants on right now. But yeah, 40. What do you think? Why are you taking deep breaths over there? You're not even in position. Oh, you got Amazon.
No, I'm a little stressed out right now, I'll be honest. So I'm going to take a drink of water and then I'll...
Why are you so stressed out, man? Let's talk about this, my guy. You don't need to be stressed out now. We're fine. I'm right here. You're right there.
I got a lot to learn. That's all I'm going to say here. But yeah, no, some potential bounce coming in. Now we were wiping the bid before. Now we're wiping the ask a little bit more than we were before.
I see you, Obi.
A little bit of a reversion happening. Might have been a little too early there, but let's see how far this kind of goes. Again, an outlier move on potential market catalyst as well. So again, I'll keep my words kind of minimal until this kind of sorts itself out. But yeah, that flush down and then the bounce off of 16.8, that's pretty solid there. And let's see how far we get. 140 was a key level in the morning. 154 as well, kind of a shelf from earlier. And what are these other names that I'm watching as well that are kind of giving me a potential signal for the bounce? Again, Google, Apple kind of moving a little bit there as we just heard. Softy 373. That 375 level we were talking about a few days ago, that 375, oh boy, was that a nice short. Today, that consolidation high only goes up to 376 before quadrunking to the downside there. So are you in any positions? Okay, short, Affirm, Meta, nice. Deep in thought, I like it.
No, not deep in thought at all, really. I just, let's go.
What's going on?
Jeez. Dude, I said we were waiting for a reload at the 50-period moving average. We said we would go over there to Affirm. So right there it is, man. It's all she wrote. Let's see what happens now. Hopefully we can get a move back down, but there it is. We just reloaded it. 47.50 down to the downside right now. So there it goes. Nice little out. Let's see if Affirm wants to keep going. So there it is, man. Feeling like Brittany, man, and doing it again. Let's go over here to Apple because that Vision Pro story is pretty interesting. Ramping up production on the Vision Pro. You know, not down that much, down half of what the market is. Trying to launch that thing in February. I mean, it makes sense there according to Bloomberg. So I just don't want to go long anything. Like, look at that, man. We just, like those of you, again, the Dollar Club is a pretty exclusive club, but anybody can be a member. Like, there it is on Affirm again. Like, we just put this on 3 minutes ago, Obi. Now we're 60 cents on in this. So there it is, man. What's up? Yeah, Sean hit Affirm, and instantly it goes down 1%. Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for King of the Ring right there. That was great. I love the King of the Ring in the WWE. But there it is right there, man. We hit the short, and there it goes. And I didn't even hit it. I let it float up and get me. So that's what that is. But thank you so much. Again, what's up, Zion? Made so much money today. Probably 2 months worth. Yeah, let's go.
Oh my God.
These are the days that we're waiting for, man. It is what it is. And I just want to thank everybody for watching. And there we go, man. Another reloaded position. You see, Obi? This is the thing, man. It's just about straight chilling. You said you were nervous. I was like, you don't need to be nervous. And now you're saying that nervous hands only wind up costing money, right? Because you got to sit there, have your plan of action,
right,
and just be confident in kind of in what you're doing and have your outs. Trading doesn't need to be as sort of daunting as it can be. That's why it's so important that everybody looks back at 11 o'clock and every single day we do that new show, which is about learning trading. Like, you know, it's something that me and Obi might know, or that I might know. I have 22 years experience. You know, you get a feel for some of these things sometimes. And even when the market was down, you're down like 0.5 and you turn to me, the market was down and you're like, oh man, like something's coming. Something crazy happening. I go, dude, we're down 0.5%.
Yeah.
You know, we went down to 1.4%. Now we're starting to get a pretty epic bounce, and I like that you're trying the long. So whether or not it works or it doesn't work, you've got it. Just stay there, and let's see what winds up happening, man. Affirm, another 50-cent winner. We're in this name, and we're looking to get a little bit more. Just quickly, as Obi said, he'd be a man of little words until he's out of this trade. So I want him to focus.
I can talk. But
I've been known to talk too for a minute, so just give me this for a second.
All right, yeah, go.
I just want to say. I just want to say that I'm going to be short against 351. So if Meta does come back up, you will see a new position. It's going to start at 70, and I'm going to give it 30 cents. That's it. This is how we're trading. So that's what we're going to try to do right now on that trade, Obi.
All right, yeah, no, I'm looking for that 153 to potentially come in there. So you know what, like you said, I'll have a target, I'll sit there, I'll be patient, yeah, so let me just get rid of this, wick first, that's kind of in the way. If I can just do that. All right, yeah, 145 is not the low there. We'll just go 152.5, that should be good enough. Right there. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of a bounce happening. 16.8. Again, we've seen how 16.8, 16.9 were acting before on the way up, and we're bouncing off of that 16.8 as of right now. But yeah, strong quadrunk to the downside there, and yeah, Curtis is telling me to shush. Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep my cool there. I was kind of trying to get long a falling knife. But again, I have some of my signals, some of my fugays that I like to read as well. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I do have to kind of respect myself along the way as well. So yeah, I'll be a little bit patient as this bounce kind of comes into fruition potentially here, but that 16.8 hold, that's definitely gotta be something here. And let's take a quick look at some of these volume leaders here on the day, so we can get a better idea at what might be going on here. So we'll take a quick look at Mara. Mara, strong flush to the downside. Again, a little bit of market tailwind as well to kind of bring that move in. Tesla, oh boy, we talked about that one. We'll see NIO. Again, NIO has been a name of interest over the past few days, and we kind of wiped all of those levels as of right now. Today's strong quadrunk, and sure, that market tailwind kind of coming in as well. All right, so SoFi, that $10 level, that was interesting yesterday. And yeah, we do break that today, but take a look at the strong quadrunk that kind of comes down. That $10 rejection definitely coming in real hot on SoFi. And of course, Google, we were talking about this 140, 141 as well, and both those levels get crushed as we kind of come back into the downside here on Google. But yeah, other than that, I don't have too many ideas on board. I'm just going to be waiting and kind of letting this action consolidate before making any further decisions there, Sean. So what are you thinking here? We only got about 35 minutes ish left until the close. So not too much can happen, but a lot can happen as well.
You know what I'm thinking? We just put this on 8 minutes ago.
Yes.
So I mean, it's $1. There's another. There is another one.
Another one.
Yeah, it's another one. And I mean, so we just reloaded it. So the thing about it is, we've studied, not as much as we should, but we studied a lot. And I mean, I said that we were going to wait for a name to go to the 50-period moving average. We said that we were going to stay on names that we've been trading, and we don't need to jump around. Thanks to Comp SRX1. Thanks to everybody that's out there again here today. And by the way, Obi, yes, you know, a lot of people really like the conversations that we're having. So I want to thank you for that as well, because it's very easy to have a conversation when we have this back and forth flowing like this. So I want to thank you for that, and thank you for listening, because you know, that's what's important, because there's a lot of people in the chat that are like you, that are starting their journeys just a couple years in, and things like that, and that are looking for, you know, for different things. Yeah. All right.
Lots of value, Sean.
No, but you're also giving so much value. It's not even about what I'm saying. It's more about the fact that
I think I'm taking a lot more than I'm giving. I'll be honest.
Okay, that's fine. But you know, I just want to say that, like, part of it too is learning the ropes, right? And like honestly, some of the questions that you ask me and how you break things down and like how you say you're getting nervous and things like that is part of trading, and that is what a lot of the people that are watching this do appreciate, and so do I. And I also appreciate hopefully Meta getting a big fail stamp right now on itself. We did just go short right now. We talked about going short at 70. That's what we actually was 69. That's what we did. We just took a piece out at 50. As right now, I am trying to scalp this out. That doesn't mean that we're not waiting for this to happen. Like this, see what I'm saying, Obi? Like we're getting excited now, but that's just because like,
Wow.
Damn, Daniel, what kind of a day are we even having right now? I mean, this move is just, we just put this on. It just cracked in. We just took 30s. So right now, although the market seems like it's bouncing, I'm a little bit nervous about this 16.8. So we just got out of honestly, I only have 30% left. That just hit 30s, and I was like, we'll take it, man. Here it comes. Let's go. Bring the pain. This day is not over yet, man. It's 3:30. We just got reloaded right now on that one. We're $1 in the money on a firm. We're 80 cents now in the damn money on Meta. What is going on again right now? And by the way, I did look, and again, being as humble as we try to be here, we have one red day this month. Wow. This has been a really good month, and it sucks to have to take vacation because,
Yeah, you got to take a break.
Have to take a break. But anyways, nice move back down in for Meta. Although we are short at 69, hey, let's take a 69-cent winner if we can. Let's just bid 350 flat. Hopefully this comes down in and breaks yourself, fool. There it is right there. Wow, we just reloaded this. And for everybody behind me, for everybody watching the show, we just put this short on again 3 minutes ago, and it's $1 in the money. The Affirm trade we put on 10 minutes ago, it is $1.50 in the money. It's about following the trend, Obi, and the trend can be also your friend. And that's the whole point. Stick with what you're doing, man, and here we go. I'm like an emotional trader as well. I'm Italian, so, what are we going to do? We talk with our hands, we do this. Adair, you must have some Italian. I don't know. I'm always seeing you. Yeah, okay. There's a manja cake over there. But the thing is like, as we continue to go on, this is what we're doing, man. We're trading. I know you're in Amazon. I know you're working that out.
I'm listening.
But the thing about it is, we talked about this earlier, the trend is your friend, Obi.
Yes.
You nailed it early. And right now, the trend is continuing back down to the downside. What's up, Zion? Yeah, you want me to sing Nelly? Nah, we're not in that kind of a mood. What's up, Adam? Bang, bang, bang goes Adam. So that's for you too, my friend. And yeah, we're just feeling good. It's a good day. We're happy. Family as well. Oh, you asked me what I was thinking about. Honestly, man, 99, you got 99 problems. Trading ain't one right now. That's for sure. Marissa, shout out to my lovely wife if you're watching. What's up? She just sent me this in a message here on GChat. She goes, "Your son is writing a scary story for school. It takes place in a spooky hotel where the decor is like 5 years old." And I just laugh. LOL, 5 years old. Like the decor.
That can be pretty spooky.
Is that not like the most, might be like the most hype hotel, it's so scary. Like 5 years old technology. Ooh. Oh no, they have an iPad 6th generation in there somewhere? Ooh. iPhone 9s everywhere? Watch out for those iPhone 10s everywhere in that spooky hotel. So I will be speaking to him about that one. Oh yeah, 5 years. COVID was 5 years ago. Come on, Ram. All right, let's go. It's 2023.
Yeah. It's 2024 in a week, but the 23rd year is done.
And plus COVID was in March,
yeah.
Beginning of a year. Wasn't COVID 2020, wasn't it? Or was it 2019?
March of 2020.
Okay, I apologize, Ram. It's only 4 years. It does seem like, isn't that funny though? When she said that, I was like, wow, that's way off. But that's pretty close.
Yeah. No, it's time flies by. The market has gone all the way down and all the way up.
March of 2024 will be 5 years, I guess. Yeah, okay, my bad.
Okay.
And women scorned over there.
Time flies.
All right, someone's saying March of 2020. Look, I don't care. Who cares? All right, so let's go. All right, Meta, Affirm, all done quite well. We're gonna have to wait though. The market could bounce. We talked about 16.8. Here it is on a 30-minute chart. Here it is on a third. I feel like it was 2020. Here it is on a 30-minute chart. When I look at this, obviously we can all see there could be some sort of support in and around 16.8. You know, but be surprised that we gave this day back. I mean, we're only going back to where we were on the 15th, so 3 trading days ago, right back into here right now. So let's see. There's like a great trend line. This is the 200 period moving average, simple moving average. So that's 16.67. So 16.7 basically. So another 100 down. I think we can do that. I think we can even do that today. So let's see what happens here on the NASDAQ as we'll stay net short.
Yeah, so I'm still kind of looking for this potential bounce to come in. We are bouncing a little bit, and we're consolidating pretty much sideways in and around that 152. So again, waiting for some more I guess information there to kind of push more further into this trade here. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, I didn't really catch what you guys were saying when I was like, okay, well, you know, what were you guys trading during this kind of dump there? Did you guys get anything short? I'd like to know. Ram Yariv is saying short Tesla. Yeah, definitely. Tesla has been working out really well on the short idea on this market flush here. So yeah, congratulations there. Again, 255, kind of a shelf area support from the day, and that flushes quite heavily all the way down to 248. So yeah, that's definitely a solid breakdown. Again, if you're taking that breakdown trade off the 255, but we have extended quite a far ways all the way to the downside here on Tesla. Let me see what else is there. Yeah, I had the who said that. Mustafa saying shorted NQ from the top. Nice. Yeah, no, I did have the idea to take this short up here. What time was this? This was around, what is this, 150-ish. So let's see what 150 was on the NQs here. We'll go back to the 3-minute chart. 150. That's about 250 on this because actually 1250 because we're an hour behind on this chart here. So 1250-ish. Yeah, so in and around this 1746, right? 1746 was yesterday's high, and I was like, yeah, okay, some strong signals, but the strong signals I was getting was on Amazon, not necessarily on the NQ, but yeah, a little bit of confluence with the NQ as well on that move. So yeah, decent idea to sell. Did I know it was going to go all the way this far down? Absolutely not. And yeah, definitely every day is a beautiful day in the market if you are looking for lessons, and I'm definitely learning a big one today as yeah, a little bit too early, a little bit too antsy, but going to be holding on for this potential bounce to come in. That 250 is we're consolidating in and around, right around that 250 on Tesla as well. So I think that's a good look for a potential interaction there. What's going on?
Oh. We're now $1.40 in the money on both these positions. It just keeps on. It just keeps on moving. We just got filled at 50. That's why I was like, wow, okay, because we were just at like 75, and it went whoosh to the downside. And what we're talking about is Meta on another reload. And do not this is what I'm saying about FOMO, right? It's like we talked about having FOMO, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, we get a perfect reload opportunity to go short again right there. So it's like, you're like, oh man, I wish I had shares to make $1, but we just got shares again to make that $1 again. And the thing is, this one's a little bit different to risk to reward. We're short at 70. I told you where my out was, 51s, so it's still there. So we took 30 cents worth of risk to make now $1.30. So that's why we take that fill right there at 49.50. So we got to be able to take trades when trades are available. That's the one thing for sure. We just reloaded a firm. So I have to be able to watch out for a firm now because we only got one out and we are kind of barcoding down here near 46. So I'm debating on a firm to get punched out right here at 46.50. But again, I still think there's more room on this name. It's got to bounce off 46 again. Well, we're right here right now. Wow. Obi, this is getting to be pretty exciting here.
Spicy.
Yeah, spicy is definitely a good word for this market right now. It seems like we're getting very, very spicy. And some might say a spicy meatball. I'm just going to bid 46 though on a firm. Let's just get out. Let's just get out of it, and then we'll figure this out. Well, as that happens, what are you doing with your Amazon? Because the NQ is waiting. Then you know what? I will join you in waiting.
Yeah. We got a super chat. Thank you, Fugazi Bear, saying trading ain't easy. Hang in, bud. Yeah, man, I'm doing the best I can. Can definitely do much better. And like I always say, it's a work in progress. You know, I sit up here, I talk what I'm thinking. Again, it's all opinions. I don't know that much, but again, it's a work in progress. I am learning in the process of learning. And yeah, trading is a journey. You think you know some things, and the market will teach you and humble you real quick. Especially when again we talk about kind of having an ego, and sometimes when I have a strong ego, those are a lot of the times when I'm getting clocked in the market there. But yeah, a little bit of a fear, a little bit of I guess a nervousness is not too bad. A little bit of uncomfortability, but yeah. It's like I said, it's a work in progress, and I hope you guys are getting that value as well. Again, I talk about how when the show first came on, I was trading at home, and I realized I was like, okay, wow, there's a lot of value here, especially for someone who's trading at home. They don't have a lot of knowledge. Well, I didn't have a lot of knowledge about market structure, how to trade, kind of trading execution. My execution was absolutely ridiculously garbage. And I'm still working on that. One of my greatest weaknesses. But yeah, it's a work in progress, and I hope that you guys are catching some sort of value here. I'm learning a lot just by watching some of Sean and Neil's executions, sitting here every day for the most part of December. And yeah, it is definitely of value if you are willing to extract value from it. Right? You have to be willing. That's a big part of it as well. If you're not willing and you're just like whatever, you know, this is not really for me, that's a whole different story. But I like to look at the silver lining, and I like to look at any situation. How can I extract value from that? And I think that there is definitely a lot of potential for such extraction with Trader TV Live.
All right, thanks, Obi.
What say you, Sean?
I was looking because yesterday, remember, I was looking at my account because right now, I don't know if I'm going to be in any other trades. Like, it's 3:40. We do have the imbalances coming out in 10 minutes. Oh, yeah, I missed that from Brendo. Let me see, what did he write down? 722 million to sell. So I was looking over, and remember yesterday, you were like, I told you what name that I sold. We sold some QSR yesterday, so that's a nice one. That's down 2.5% again into some problems there. We sold some Snapchat yesterday. We talked about that. I'm just looking at my orders right now. We sold some NVIDIA yesterday as well, and you can see that's paying off right now to the downside of selling NVIDIA. I did sell some DraftKings yesterday as well. Let me see how much that's down today. If it's down something, but not that much, only 3 and a bit. And the other name that I sold, and we talked about this, we cashed out of McDonald's a little bit there yesterday as well.
Nice.
So yeah, this one not moving around as much. A little bit of a different name, McDonald's. I don't think it's going to, be as randomly affected by as the tech bubble would happen. Not that we're in a bubble, but I could see some of the sort of, and what I mean by that is like, you're not going to get as much of a move on McDonald's when there's a flush like this as you are on names that are going to be generously up or down, like in NVIDIA when the market goes the other way, right? So, all right, good out on Meta. We just took that out. We talked about that. That was 4 or 5 minutes ago at 349.50. Now, if this comes back up to, I'm just going to hold it the rest of the day. If it comes back up, we only have now 20% of this trade. So again, let's just let this rock and roll here with Meta. So those are the only 4 to 5 names that we sold yesterday. So those are pretty good. We'll see about buying it back in. I do want to buy in on SMH if and when that gets back down to the downside. A little bit lower than this. I think this market still has a way to go before we actually even do any damage to any of this. So we'll have to wait on it. But definitely Google today, probably hitting that 52-week high and making a brand new 52-week high at 141.70. Again, good long early. Let's see if Google can bounce back. Let's keep Google on our mind for tomorrow, okay, Obi? Because the thing about, and even on Amazon too, because how much is Amazon even red yet today? Oh yeah, they're down 0.8. Okay, so Google's still being up. We need to start building ideas for tomorrow, because if tomorrow is a relatively flat day, then you're gonna have 2 decisions to make. Long or short, So when it's flat, you're gonna have to figure out where was the strength from the day before, you know? And right now it's obvious, and that is gonna be Google. Let's check in on Coinbase again as crypto. Wow, 163. I feel like Coinbase has held out pretty good today. Yeah, still up. So Coinbase, wow, Coinbase went to $170. That is like, I wish, I wish we had some, like, guys, Coinbase is only up $100 since Halloween, when I came here looking like a Bitcoin pumper that day. Wow, I should have been like, had a big Coinbase stamp on my forehead. That is up $100. Like, why? We talked about it. I asked Michael Noss on this one and Crypto Burb. You know what? I'm going to reach out to Crypto Burb. Let's get Adrian Zadunjik back on here. And again, so they were saying that Coinbase is really going up because of all of these new ETFs are all going to have to hold Bitcoin. And a lot of them have said the custodial is going to be Coinbase. So I'm guessing they're thinking that every time you and I or whoever buys an ETF that is Bitcoin related, the underlying is going to have to go in there then and buy more Bitcoin. I'm just surprised that it's that much volume going to add to their profitability, that is Coinbase. Like, how many of those trades, it's not even to trade on Coinbase, it's free. Like, I mean, most crypto exchanges, I'm going to assume. COB, you were patient with Amazon.
I'm still taking deep breaths, man.
Yeah, man, breathe. Breathe.
Whew.
You know, but that's what it's about. Remember, we sat here.
Letting it work, right?
Right.
I'm taking in as much information as possible. Again, the tape is telling in certain areas, but yeah, I'm still kind of waiting for this move to come in, if it's even going to be there. I'm looking at this consolidation high in the 60s and the 70s. We did kind of accelerate back up, and if the market's going to bounce off this 16.8, I'm going to be looking for that break to give us a little bit of a reversion back through. Again, a little bit of an outlier move, but I have no idea if that's going to come in. I'll stay patiently waiting if and when it does, and if it doesn't, that's perfectly fine. I'll keep it tight and just leave from there. But yes, some people in the chat saying double down. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know about that. But yeah, no, we did kind of get a little bit more when we started seeing some stuff that we liked. So I did that. I'm glad that I did that, but a little bit uncomfortable. And yeah, it reminds me. Shout out to Spencer. Spencer, previous trader on the floor. When I asked him for some advice, some of the best advice he gave me was, "Buddy, get uncomfortable."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm definitely uncomfortable a little bit right now.
Okay, but the thing about what I have to tell you is this.
You gotta get uncomfortable in the right places at the right times.
Yeah. No, but I was just thinking, like, there's nothing wrong. You haven't even paired any off. If there's a point where you're getting uncomfortable to an extent where you have some profits, and again, completely up to you, do whatever you want. Right. I always do think that if you're in a position that's a little uncomfortable, that's not a good feeling either, right? Like you just mentioned there. So I pair things off too early, so I don't want to be telling you to do that again. But that's what I tend to do. And it doesn't allow you to have those absolutely monster winners, but it will allow you to sleep at night, right? Which is why I'm thinking about buying only ETFs from now on. Okay, so just real quick on some of these trades. I wanted to go over something, and now I can't remember what it was. Oh no. We do have the recap show. We're going to talk about RSIs on that. That should be a lot of fun. And then right now, I know what it is. I have to go to Brendan.
Brought to you by IG.com. Trade Forex pairs like Euro USD with spreads as low as 0.8 pips and zero commissions at IG. Terms and conditions apply.
What's happening?
Fabian. I was going to, and by the way, Fabian, I was talking with Lars today, and he said, I said, hey, you know what? Like we're advertising he's running the campus program. Okay, well, hold on. All right, I'll do an ad for it. He's running the campus program. See how this is like coming natural until I did that. So he's running the campus program, and they're getting a ton of responses because I messaged him, and I was like, I'm managing to get this note out because it is July 2nd, or July, hey, what's up? January 2nd. you have to wait for. It's about July weather outside. What is it? What is it actually today? 5 degrees, plus 5 Celsius. So you're like 40 degrees Fahrenheit here today. That's pretty good. Okay, but anyways, you got to sign up, and they're getting bombarded. So you guys got to do it ASAP. They're almost at their maximum. I know I've been saying that for a while, but this is what he's telling me today officially from the horse's mouth. You got to sign up for this, man. This is, it's just like all those other programs that you see out there, but leveled up. It's completely free. You could join it. You have to be in Canada for now, which is the only issue for a lot of our viewers. But again, it's completely one-on-one, two-on-two. You're going to be with like-minded individuals. You're going to be talking. There's different modules on the futures, on equity, on all this stuff. I shouldn't talk to. I haven't actually seen the program. But platform introduction, kickoff, trading efficiencies. You have targets to hit. The same thing like Obi and all these guys behind us. Then you can go into TMS, which we're not in. That's our training mode. Once you hit certain levels, then you get over into live. So it's basically like you're here. Every single day trading with us on the same platform. And I'm just noticing this now. Mandatory live attendance. And then it says live attendance encouraged but not mandatory. Okay, we'll have to figure out what exactly that means, but there are, because there's different stages here. Okay, so the one-on-one group coaching has a number 2 beside it, live attendance. The other one, the live kickoff session, you need to be here, but if you're doing something online, I guess you do not. So, all right, anyways, that's all we figured out. Hit him up. Lars is a super nice guy, and the program's kicking butt. And I want to thank everybody for your continued support with that. But right now, just quickly, we had this talk yesterday, Obi. I'm going to do it real quick.
Yes.
Brendan gives us the numbers on the market on close imbalance. This is the imbalance locator. As you can see here, we have a special deal. Or not deal, but relationship with our broker who's on the floor there of the NYSE. And he or she basically just electronically goes around to each one of those pillars that you see nicely when you watch other shows, that they're walking around the NYSE. Most NYSE trading is electronic, but the information is still disseminated. So then they basically write it down on their handheld and give it to us. So right now there's 1.4 million shares of Bank of America to sell. There was, if you add these two up, 1.4 plus 1.8, 4.2, whatever, that's going, 3.2, that's going to be the total imbalance, but paired off is 1.4. So when we get this number at 350, it should come BAC 1.4 million to sell. So that's what this S is. So that's going to affect Bank of America to the sell side. However, a lot of these numbers get paired off right at 350. So that's why right when this comes live, we're going to get an update. The NASDAQ numbers are not on here. This is still left over from 9:30. I'm trying to hurry up because we only have 10 seconds. Then this is all going to be live. And you're going to see a nice little dance here in the market. So let me switch this over so we don't see the broker. We want to see the live public prints from the market coming right now. So here we go. Now look at this. Boom. So nice little move to the upside right now. TLT is a sell. X, symbol X is a sell as well. So let's see if that affects US Steel to the downside. No. What else is on here? Penn is a sell. So this could be a downside move. Not really. See, so today we don't get very much action on any of these names, but sometimes you'll see monster bids or monster offers coming through on this right now. Obi, you're out. Tell me why.
Yeah, again, I got out a significant chunk again into the imbal because I knew you can get some nice volatility. Hold on to a little piece of chunk through the imbal, and we get that pop into the higher end of the range there in the 60s. So I'm like, yeah, it consolidated there for quite a while, and I was a little sweaty. I'm like, okay, I got to throw on a timer or something here if this doesn't work, and it's teetering at my break even for the longest time. I was waiting for 153. I had that order sitting up there. We were only about 40 pennies away from that, and I was like, this consolidation break can definitely give us another 20, 30 pennies back into that 153. But again, I got to do much better. This was a sick kind of a reversion kind of play there, but I'm getting in and getting involved way too early here. Again, all of these entries on the left side of the move there, kind of coming in at that 152 halves and 152s, and maybe some in the on top of 152 as well. All of this can be switched to this side of the move after we see that the buying is kind of coming back, right? This is a little bit of a FOMO punching, trying to catch a falling knife here. And even with that, with these imbalances coming out here, let me pull up my imbal locators real quick. And yeah, even with these imbalances coming out, market kind of stays exactly where it was. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to peace out off of this. And yeah, no, it could have been much better. It could be sizing a lot more aggressively there. It's not like I was sitting in closed orders or anything down here. But again, working with the risk that I have to try and capture the move that the market is showing me, right? So that can be done much better there. So almost wiped out the whole day worth, but mischief managed. Let's just say that. It's a little bit of a move. Again, going with only about 8 minutes left in the day. I think the idea for the reversion all the way to 53 is kind of asking for too much. Again, anything can happen in 7 minutes. But the trade, again, like I said, I got a little bit of FOMO, man. I had the short off the 155. Sellers came in, a lot of confluence, structure break, and then market catalyst on top of that. Oh, wow, that is a gift for the shorts. And it just comes in real nice. So that is what, again, I talk about this. One of my biggest triggers, and again, if you journal every day, you kind of track your emotions as well. You learn more about yourself, and you learn what really are your biggest triggers and what are like your whatever triggers.
Is this not your best day this month, or?
No, I don't think so. But regardless, damn, I lost my trail of thought there. What was I saying? Some of the best moves come when you're a little bit more patient, right? Yeah. When you're a little bit more patient. But the triggers, right? I was talking about triggers and journaling. So I find that a big trigger of mine for like FOMOing, going on tilt, not respecting my rules, is missing out on a great trade, right? I'm like, oh, I might have been in it, I might have planned it, whatever that reason may be. I miss out on the trade due to lack of planning, lack of preparation, lack of account management or position management, and I go on full tilt, and that leads me to do this kind of behavior right here where I'm looking for the confirmation bias. I'm like, oh, well, I might have been in this short. I could have taken it all the way down here. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to look for the bounce, because the reversion, when it does come in, it has a potential of being real nice. I start giving into my confirmation bias and looking for the slightest little nudge on the tape to start getting long now, because I'm like, oh, it's gone way too far. But here's the thing: you got to catch yourself before you wreck yourself on that move. Catching a falling knife, not the best kind of strategy there. But I kind of trusted myself. I was like, I know I'm in a little bit a little bit of a bad position in terms of how I'm managing it here. But when the move does slow down, we stay calm and collected. We take a few deep breaths, and on top of that, we even add furthermore to the position, because I'm like, now this is the right side. This is where I do want to be getting long. And sure, we don't have the best prices, but I can work out of this based off of the data that's being generated right now. And once I realize that, I'm like, okay, I feel a lot more comfortable, even though I'm really nervous. But having patience for the move, oh boy, would that have paid off. But having patience for the short as well, and not getting too antsy on the 55 retest. I was looking for sellers at the 155, and they were there. The tape showed that it switched from buying to selling in and through the 155. So there's no real reason to cover until that reasoning kind of goes away. So, it is what it is. I'm done with my rant, but
nice.
It's a work in progress.
It's a good one. It's a good rant, and you deserve it all, man. That's good. You did great. Okay, just real quickly, man. We'll just get out of it firm. If that's not a reload position, then you're never going to see one. Period. Again, because right there, back band. There's another one. So we just reloaded at 47.50 or whatever it was, and just covered at 45 right there at the bottom of the day, as it just fell right back into us right there. I got to flip over to the other desk, but you're going to join me. Wait a minute, Neil's here tomorrow? No. Yeah, he is. Right?
Neil's here tomorrow.
Neil's here tomorrow. Yeah, right. So okay, so I'll be
back.
Back on Friday. Yes. Thank you so much. There's also a super chat for you, so I will leave it at that. Okay, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, no, I see it.
You see it. So all right, I'll see everybody on the market recap show. A couple hot things to show you guys that we've been working on. So that should be exciting. And let's go, man. Paramount and Warner Brothers possibly merging as well. Just a little breaking news there, but Obi.
Great
pleasure, man. Thank you.
Likewise.
And I will see you soon.
Day, Sean.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you. All right, guys. thank you, Matthew Horton. Drink on me, OB, salute. Yeah, man, I will have to, I got to hit the bar after this tonight. Definitely a little bit stressed out, having maybe a little bit more than a couple drinks. I don't know. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I see a lot of support in the chat. Thank you guys. Again, I'm trying to speak my mind. Again, no, not real, not any advice. I'm just trying to speak to myself, and if that brings value to others as well. Again, I appreciate your time that you spend here with us. So yeah, a little bit of a flush continuation. So I guess great reasons to sell. Kind of timed out on the trade as well. So yeah, going forward, like I said, that 17th thou interaction, I will be interested at what price action we're going to have. And we did have some price action today into the close right off of that 17th thou quadunk. Not only that, we broke through some structures on the day as well, just some intraday structures, but that straight flush and the failure to follow through of that 1746 from yesterday, kind of the week high, and now we're printing fresh lows on the week. So I'm going to be doing my my market, I guess, review and stuff later on tonight while I do my journaling. And yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be looking at some red weeks forming on some of these names. And let's see if that red week comes into fruition there. But that 17th thou, oh boy, have we sold off quite heavily off of that. And yeah, let's take a quick look at some of the other names. We only got a couple minutes here. Let's see if we can do this in 30 seconds here. We'll take a quick pulse, go through the Mag 7 real quick there, and you guys know how much I like the NQ, so we'll go through the Mag 7. So Apple down on the day, 195. That seems like it might be a nice price for tomorrow. Let's go to Softy real quick. Softy as well. If it can load, that 370, oh boy, okay, that's 370 is going to come in again tomorrow. I'll definitely be interested. That was a little bit of a low yesterday, so that 370 looks interesting for tomorrow. Amazon, yeah, that 155 failure to follow through. Sellers definitely in charge and coming in heavy and strong off of that market catalyst, that potential market move that we've had today as well. Who am I missing? Google, of course. We've been interacting with this one as of late. 139, 140 was a decent area. 137 though, I was trying to get long in through that 137. Maybe it wasn't, it definitely wasn't there yesterday, but maybe coming in later on this week on the Google. Let's take a quick look at Meta and end it off there with only about 30 seconds left. Meta, relatively strong, very, very interesting here. Meta has kept its gains on the day, hasn't even broken day low, very distinctly different from the rest of the names today. So that might be something to keep on the watch. But we only got about 5 more seconds before I gotta click this countdown timer here. So let's see if I can time it right. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Adara, and thank you everybody for spending your time with us today. Thank you everybody for all of your support, and thank you to everybody who makes this show possible, right? Thank you on the midday. We had Pat, we got Adara, we got Sharif. Thank you. Thanks to them. Thank you to Ramin and Fabian for putting on such a great show. Thank you to Brendo as well. Thank you, of course, to Neil and Sean, who are always dropping that gold and that knowledge for you guys, and hopefully you guys are getting that value. But without any further ado, I'll see you guys on Friday. Neil will be back tomorrow. Stick around for the market recap with Sean at the big desk. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, everybody. It's me again. Yeah, welcome back to the market. Well, welcome to the market recap show. Yeah, I'm Sean Katina, and this is, again, Trader TV Live. Wow, what a day. I mean, to think that was pretty exciting there at the end of the day. Hopefully you guys were either short or maybe not involved or raised capital over the last couple of days. As we had mentioned, we do have Chris Bretcher coming through today. We are going to talk about the sector recap. And look at this. We have something new on the board right here. Let's go bang for this one. Thanks to Trade Ideas and our friends. I just thought visually, you know, Brendan and I talked about this. I feel like this is easier for everybody to see. This is the sector recaps, right? We could have it before. It's the same sectors, just a little more obvious here on what was green and what was red. So if you like this, let's put it in the chat. Let me see who's in the chat today. Let's do a quick little roll call. Why? Why not? Right there. Shout out to Michael Lloyd, Theron, Rogers here. Micron is out. Forget about the roll call. People saying Micron is out. So let's go over here ASAP and find out what's going on with Micron. That's kind of rhymes there. We were not expecting that. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's look at the number first and see what we think where it was going to go. Nike Q2 earnings tomorrow. I don't have Micron on here. I'll trust. Oh, there it is. Oh. What? That just popped in as soon as I said that. Micron Q1 EPS minus 95 cents. Okay, these guys don't even make money, so that's a miss. 4-cent miss. Sales miss. Bye-bye Micron. There's no way I could see this name being up. That means it will be. Look at this name, nicely up $2. So there you go. Micron, miss on EPS, miss on sales. Stock goes up. I had to do this now. Come on, nice. All right, let's go. Micron, I don't think Micron should be up here, so we'll see what these numbers are all about. I feel like right now, Micron deserves, well, there it goes, man. I just said, I don't understand why this is up. There it is right now. Oh, Benzinga, you're a sponsor, but look what just happened. Correction by Micron here. Q1 EPS still misses, but sales a pretty nice beat. So they had it the wrong way around, I guess, on the sales number. So it's a miss on the top. The bottom is a, miss on the top. Bottom's a beat with the estimate on sales. So sorry, the other way around. Miss on the bottom, beat on the top. So sales right now missing quite dramatically. 473 beating the sales estimate of 427. So it's the other way around. We got turned around there. EPS missing, beating on revenue and sales. So we'll have to see what happens here with Micron. Just kind of dancing around. If you're going to use anything, oh no, watch this. It's anchored VWAP time. We'll put the anchored VWAP right here on the daily chart and see what happens there. So here we go. If we anchor it to that bottom last moment, we could have gotten a nice little move down. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but $75 would be the anchored VWAP from that low right there. But it looks like it's trying to go back upside. So that's Micron. We will wait for BlackBerry, BB fans out there. Neil finally, after 12 years, got rid of his BlackBerry and moved over to the biggest and the baddest of them all, the Google Pixel, which I love as well. I'm now an iPhone guy. Shout out to my family, but I love actually technology. Yay for technology. All right, look what's down today. If it's FXI, we did have some worries about FXI because of the fact that there was something there. I saw Adam mention it in the chat. Not confirmed. Brennan couldn't find anything. I didn't see anything either on Benzinga, but I still feel like there's that China worry about Taiwan. And I just a little nervous about all of that heading into the new year, heading into an election cycle. So we do see a movement down right now on FXI today. And let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. There was that $25 break. That was pretty important. But look at the 200 period, still well above. So this name never got going in that whole rally. The reason why FXI is somewhat interesting to me is just because right now everyone's trying to chase value. And this name has just been so beat up that as we hit highs in the NASDAQ, FXI is hitting lows. Look at the solar names today as well. TAN, nice downside move in TAN today as that happens, right? So there we go, downside in TAN. We'll have to figure out what goes on with that name as rates coming back into picture here for TAN. But again, such a nice move up. I just feel like you got to look out what happened at the end of the day, right? So like here's the solar ETF. We were actually fine until we collapsed. A lot of these names that have been really making moves to the upside, utility ETF, the housing ETF, that's probably down. Where's XHB? XHB, there it is right now. Down today, right? 107. So that name also cooling off a little bit right now. XLU was another name that I was looking for. Utilities been getting hit over the last couple days. So all not well today in the stock market. The TLT though, upside, right? As the 20-year, is this 20-year? Yeah, 20-year Treasury giving us some good movement back up to the upside. And of course, as the market falls down, no surprise the TLT goes up. And then look at this, man. It's all about silver and gold. SLV, the silver trust with a nice move today. Also GLD making a move to the upside over the last little while. Gold at all-time highs here as well. So be very, very patient with your gold trade. This is a sector that I really like, the IBB. I feel like IBB is a good one for multiple reasons. The main one, biotech, just been getting hit down. I like Moderna. I like the aging population. I like that. I think that makes some sense there to get going. Consumer staples, one of the weaker names here. Where's consumer staples? XLP is consumer staples. There it is. So this name weak today. Why is that? General Mills. So General Mills today falling off a little bit, missing on their quarter. So here's GIS. Oh, you want to see something cool? Check out this. What was that, Ramin? I know what she said. This girl, man, I honestly, I think that she's mad at something that I did earlier. I can't remember what it is. All right, symbol list. So look at this. Let's go over and look at the different lists now and where the hot is, right? This is what we're looking at. So I don't even have XLP on here. That's a fail. Let's look at retail and say, okay, watch this. Push okay again. Look at this. Here we go. Now, these are all the names in the retail ETF. Right? So I'm going to be doing a little bit more of this. I found that when I watch the show back, we talk about sectors, but sometimes we don't dig in, right? Like look at Foot Locker right here, up 0.89%. Why are they up today, right? Revolve there as well. Signet Jewelers coming in. Walgreens Boots Alliance, that's their symbol. It should be down more than that. But anyways, that's something that we're looking at right now as we continue to go. So the big earnings plays today, Micron. Let's just check them out. Upside, which is a little bit of a surprise for me for Micron. Where's my Benzinga trade board here? Let's just see if there's anything else come out on Micron. So here we go. Micron Technology sees Q2 EPS. What? Oh, C's. Okay, so here's the guide now. So 20, wow, okay, this is probably why it's up. This is why you got to stay late, man. Let's go over these numbers and let's do them live. Micron right here, forward guide, minus 28 cents. That's not good, right? But that's against 62 cents to the negative. So they actually guide double forward, right? So double the EPS back in your pocket. Expected to lose 62 cents. They guide minus 28. That's fantastic. Estimated revenue, 5.3 billion, which is greater than the estimated 5 billion. So the outlook, very, very positive as we see here all in green. So it looks like it's a nice move upside for Micron. Where is that on the sector watch though? Micron, a nice move up. Are we getting any sort of a pull forward on AMD? No, we are not. AMD really clocked today. And I finally feel smart about some of my long-term decisions because we got out of NVIDIA yesterday at 494. We talked about that live on the show when we did it, and we didn't feel that great about it, but we knew the market was getting a little toppy. Could we have predicted something like this today? No. But look at NVIDIA completely falling out of bed at the end of the day, man. Like 498, we basically had that high in and around 5 bills. Again today, what a great high that was, man, 500 bucks. Nice fall back in. Let me just see this on a 5-minute chart because we touched 500. Look at that. This is a missed opportunity, no matter how you write that. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I think we have, again, a lot of people. Wow, over 3,000 watching right now. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining, man. This is going to be a good show, and we're just getting started. Like, I was just talking for 6 hours, and we're nowhere near stopping right now, although I got to cut this thing off at 4:20, or Ramin, then I really get in trouble. Now I have like 2 women scorned, my wife and Ramin. This is going to be a problem for me, as everyone's laughing here. But 481, I want to thank everybody because traders stay late, and that's what we're doing right now. Let's check out Alibaba. This is a name where I think we could be invested in at some point. I like Alibaba against this 70. If China's not as bad, potentially, as some of these headlines, and we don't get that, this is the thing about this, right? I don't know if it's going to be President Trump. I don't know what's going to happen in November, okay? But China-US relations, I feel like Trump crossed over, man, shook this man's hand, I believe. Was it his hand? It was, right, Xi. It was also North Korea as well, right? Stepped over, one of the first presidents ever to do that into North Korea, right? So you have to understand that, like, I feel that there's going to be some back and forth. And again, not to talk about politics, but we are heading into an election year. So cycles up. Maybe we'll ask Chris about this. Should we be nervous about election year cycles? We had JC Peretz on, and he said no. He's like, election year, it's just another year. We're going to get through it. And honestly, there's so much differences, so many differences, proper English, on both sides of the aisle that it all just gets washed up. You know, so we'll have to wait to see what happens here. Obviously, healthcare going to be important. Energy, very important sectors as well. I mean, the FTC is not going to let too many mergers happen anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But I feel like energy, technology with China, and then what was the other one that I said? There was one more there that I was interested in watching heading into the new year, and possible down drafts. And I guess it's maybe just FXI there with China coming through again. So, all right, let's see if Benzinga gives us BlackBerry yet. Anything else happening here? We also do have this. So this here, push start, Sean. Anything? Oh, Pole. Wow, Pole was a great stock today, no, guys? Pole all the way up to 10 bucks again. Polished ink. They polished off the shorts today, that's for sure. Let's go back over here and have a quick look to see what's up with Pole on the daily chart. So again, nice move down. You can see this was probably a reverse split back down in. But anyways, getting a nice bounce today off of 975. Again, nice move up. This is on the AMEX, so not on the NYSE or on the NASDAQ. But look at this level right here of 20 bucks. No idea why it kept bouncing off that, but we broke. Nice downside move. We'll have to find out more about this. But again, a nice top move up to 10 bucks. I'd say you're looking at 16 and change tomorrow if we get going. Again, another name that definitely might work for us tomorrow. That's POL. But here's the SMH. If there's one ETF that we're looking to buy on the downswing, it is more semis. So we did sell off some of our position in NVIDIA. Like I said, we sold 10%, 15% yesterday. Not a very big piece, but if SMH can come back in anywhere to 158, I like it. Let's check out, where's USO on here? Here's OIH oil holders today, down 1%, so not as bad. There's USO. USO down 0.82. So let me know in the chat. I'm going to look at the chat right now. Are you guys liking, here, not top chat, let's see everybody. Are we liking this? Do we like this new sort of heat map right here? Let me know in the chat, Bears versus Bulls. If you see any comments, let me know as well. Shout out to Louisa as well. Do I think NVIDIA will keep tanking? Yes. What's up to Trade Guru? Look, I would love to do Q&A. Maybe we can do that. We do have Chris waiting in the wings as well. We're going to bring him in. The thing is, yes, okay, people like the heat map. Good, good, good. Thank you for all that talk again. Over 3,000 of you watching. What we need to do, where's Fabian? He's over there talking. We were going to have a graphic. He has no problem making Neil-like graphics, I noticed, or Neil-subscribe graphics. We need one for this show, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe. If you're looking for this after the market recap, we're thinking about putting this into a podcast, so you could download this afterwards as well. We do also, and a shout out to Ramin and Fabian, who does more work on this than you can even understand. We clip this after and then post it up. So you're going to be able to find this as 1.5 hour segment after. So you can go back and look for this. But right now it's attached to the afternoon stream. We are also live, right, Fabian? On X right now. So thank you so much for that. We are now live on X. So we're just doing it all for you. So find this wherever you can again right now. BlackBerry's still not out. Let's just double check on Micron before we call over Chris Brecher. Oh, Micron, yeah, nice move up, 83 bucks again. Looking at the daily chart for Micron, you're breaking out, you're back over all-time, is this all-time highs? I was going to say no on that one. I was going to say it's 52-week highs. Yeah, nowhere near all-time highs. Micron's just one of those names that really hasn't got going yet. We're going to find out why after we look at the report tonight. But right now, 83, taking out close to, and it is 52-week highs right now on Micron. So just took out, and look where we're fading off of. $83. Nice move. Quick check on BlackBerry, and then we'll call up Chris. BlackBerry not out yet. Hey, if you're interested in RSIs like I am, let's bring on Chris Brecher. It's Trader Talk. Chris.
Doing?
What a wild afternoon. We were short Affirm. We were short Shopify. We picked on some of these names that just continued to go down. Affirm, what a great trade Affirm was. Affirm at this $50. I don't know about you, Chris, but I'm always looking, if you come over to the screen here, I'm always looking for names that I don't believe in. Buy now, pay never, I call this name. Nice downside move. Also at a key level of $50. Been really exposed to the upside. Huge move to the upside. We get that little knockdown on the NASDAQ, and we were short right here at 50 bucks. It closed at 45. That's a $5 winner. And Chris, that's 10%. That's not bad. What were you short this afternoon?
Well, the first thing is that we were long a lot of IWM bull flags earlier this morning, and we got out for good profits. And then we saw things like the biotech, the whole leaders like the CRSPs of the world get nailed before markets went down. So it doesn't show on there. I don't know why it's not showing right, but this went straight down. And when this went straight down, let me get Thinkorswim up here.
You know what probably was bad, man? It was probably ARK. A lot of those names are ARK.
So when we saw this start to go down, that's been the leader. We got out of any longs. And somebody asked me about buying AFRM. I'm like, no, you got to look to short.
That's right,
These
buddy.
stocks are ridiculously extended. So, I mean, great call on your part. And it was a great call last week you had on oil, just to let you know, and PXD. So,
yeah,
good
that was
call
a good one
on your part. But you're right on this. Too extended, and that worked. But what were the tip-offs first? Well, the first thing, and you want, I texted you about this.
Yep.
Is so many are watching this RSI, and they're watching how overbought the RSI is. And the thing, now that's not today. But the RSI up here, what a lot of people are missing is that the transports, look where that RSI was.
Right.
So you just can't go on one thing. That's all I meant is, now, is it overbought? Sure, but you got to find your triggers. So today there were triggers, whether it's a daily, whether it's an hourly, and the first trigger was a destruction in the transports. So when the transports did this, and I'll go back because it doesn't work well with RSI for some reason.
Okay.
So the first thing is when the transports got nailed, well, that makes you start thinking the high flyers are going to get nailed, especially when you see CRSP getting nailed. And when you see a leader like that, that's a really good stock getting nailed, you got to think the AFRMs are going to go down. So that was a great call on your part. If the leaders are going down, it's going to pull it down the rest. Then on the right, you got the transports almost going to this gap. So that makes you think, well, what else was extended? The YM. So the YM now is, you'll see. Now, I got to put non-24 hour. There you go.
What is the YM?
Pardon me?
What is YM?
That's the Dow Jones Industrial Futures.
Dow Jones Industrial Futures. Okay, I don't know why. Do you ever look at the diamonds, DIA?
Yeah, that's what I just put up there.
Right,
that's, more non-24 hours, easier to see the correlation with the non-24 hour transports on the right.
Why do you still look at transports? I thought we talked about this. I thought the new transports were the semis. I think you should be looking at...
I just look at them that if they're extended, using that as a tell to short the Dow.
Okay. All right.
So I'm using it more like that. So if you're starting to see like Federal Express pulled down the transports, and the transports on the right were in Never Never Land up here, then you got to think the other things that were in Never Never Land are going to sell off.
But why when you showed me that Dow Jones transport, I think it was back in August, we had that RSI overbought. Why did you say that it didn't work? It looked like it tanked off that overbought.
Let me show you again. Is basically everybody thinks the first RSI. Look at that.
Oh, okay.
The first, and as you see, it was real overbought, but it just stayed overbought.
Okay, but then I have
you got to cross.
But then I have a question for you. You know, like, aren't we just data mining here? Let's go to the two shot here if we can quickly. Who's over there? What's up? Oh, there it is. Thank you so much. What I was getting at there though is like, we can look back and say, okay, look, we topped out there on the RSI, and then eventually it fell. But traders that are trading options or whatever, we can't just wait for that to eventually fall down. We're putting on positions. So where's the trigger to tell us that, hey, maybe the move is actually going to happen? Because and what I mean by data mining, it's like, oh, look back at NVIDIA. That 500 was so clean to the downside. But when you're sitting there trading it, you're like, nervous that that's what's not going to happen. Is there anything that gives you more confidence? Can we match the RSI with something else, like maybe a moving, or what do you do? Like, we could look at moving averages and things like that, because I'm in your camp. I turned this morning, believe it or not, Chris, and I know you watch Trader TV Live probably all day. The thing is I turned the bull that we had on the desk over to a bear. And I did that at 8:30 this morning. I was feeling bearish. Now, we didn't get the move. I didn't look smart until about 1:30 or whatever that time was when we started to go down. But is there something that right now we can sort of say, hey, maybe this move is going to continue past the new year, maybe into Q1, Q2, into half year? Because I'm starting to feel a little bearish. I can't lie, despite us heading into what should be a Santa Claus rally over the next week.
Well, the first thing is I thought I'd show you this.
Good.
Really cool. I did that this morning. I'm on broken clock syndrome, talking about the danger using the overbought. On the other hand, if FedEx bad earnings report takes us down down enough, it's a good warning sign for the other equity indexes. So I hope that helps.
Okay, so
like I said, broken clock syndrome.
Yeah, you're right. Once a day or twice a day, anyways. The thing about that. Well, it's the same thing that I say about the dog. The sun shines on a dog's rear end a couple times a day as well. So that's why I get some trades right every once in a while. But no, it's so what you're trying to say is that if you're looking at an ETF, maybe you want some of the underlying symbols that are in that sector space to start to give you signs that, hey, there's some weakness in the underlying, which is what you were getting at with CRISPR Therapeutics there as well. And that's why I looked at ARC, because I was looking like, hey, a lot of these.
That's another good one.
Why, thank you. A lot of these names just, they just pop in there because there's been so much overextension, right? Carvana, I haven't even looked at any of these stocks today, but that's probably another one. Actually, let's look at Carvana right now. Yesterday, Carvana was over 60 bucks. Did we pull back? Yes, we did. So there's another one here today that really, it got going early. I mean, this started sort of at 1040. Nice little move to the downside. Carvana's short exposure, wait a second here. I'll be able to find that for everybody in a second. There's Carvana, short exposure, 34% short float right now on this name. This one could be in for it as well. Maybe we'll attach an RSI onto some of these, but all right. What are you seeing? Are you seeing anything with Carvana or any of these other names here as we get ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, well, number one, you were asking about being bearish in the Santa Claus rally. I thought I mentioned that also, that the SPX, I went back like 50 years.
Yep.
And almost every time there's a big pre-Santa Claus rally, it ends on about December 28th. So like I mentioned, I have surge around December 28th. Isn't that a coincidence? That's when it probably will get nailed. But usually when you get this big a rally into Christmas, it's usually the day after Christmas that it starts really rolling over. So the Santa Claus rally to me is, well, it's all about what happens prior to Christmas. So if it goes up as much as it has, it usually stutter steps and then starts going down like here in 2021, when it went straight up just like now, and it stopped December 28th.
Right.
Really cool when it does that. But definitely this whole thing about things can stay overbought, but if there's a trigger that makes some of the indexes roll over before the others, or a stock like CRISPR Therapeutics, that gives you free rein to short the AFRMs like you did.
Yeah, I like that Affirm short there. Give me one reason give me something that we just talked about, what could possibly trigger a move down in the market. Is there anything specifically you're looking at? I mean, I talked about Chinese-US tension. Is there anything you're hearing? I mean, oil needs to find a base. I think that's fine. I'm on the camp that maybe we do not find a recession into 2024. I mean, people are nervous about that. Is there something that you're specifically looking for?
I'm still looking at this commodity inflation. I'll tell you, the only trade we did bad in today was shorting TLT. We were up in it. Jeez. This isn't working exactly right. I don't know why. But the whole idea is that the DBA or the agricultural ETF or the DBC, usually they lead bonds. So bonds today were almost unchanged. And when crude oil started selling off, bonds went straight up. So I think if you see those commodity indexes start to go up a lot, you'll start to see the bond market get nailed. And that would be the thing that would help everything go down. I mean, for a swing short.
Yeah, we've seen gold as well at highs right now. So, okay, Chris, hey, look, thank you so much for joining me on the Market Recap Show. It's been a fantastic year. I want to say happy holidays to you and yours, because we will not be seeing each other and before then. And then you have surgery coming up as well. Is that still going on? And then when can we expect?
December 28th, but I should be able to be on January 3rd. I think that's a Wednesday, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's okay. You can come back. All right. So we'll hope for a big, speedy recovery. And again, happy holidays and happy new year, and good luck with everything. And we will see you on the flip side. That's Chris Bretcher. Thank you so much, my friend.
You too. Thank you so much.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. That's Trader Talk. All right, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves there. Thank you to Chris for that again. But let's go back over to the rundown right now. So that was Trader Talk on the RSI. I think that was pretty good. I'm always looking for indicators like that, and that's, whoa. Almost dropped my mic. So I have to be very, very careful in saying that the market is going to be bearish. We do have the Santa Claus rally, which is why I asked him, which actually starts on December 22nd. So in 2 days, it's the last 5 days heading into the end of the year, the last 5 trading days, the last week, and the average return, 2.7%, 77% of the time going back 70 years. I made that 70-year part up. Okay, so what else we want to look at? Let's just check out Micron real quick before we go over Sean's tweets, because there's a couple in there that I want to talk about. Micron holding out, not really doing too much. If we come over to the screen quickly, and then we'll wrap this baby up. Right now, Micron, $82, holding out pretty good. 83 is the high, not much going on. BlackBerry, did we come out with anything? No, we did not. Okay, I don't know what's up with that. It was on the board to come out. So no BlackBerry yet, no nothing. All right, here we go. Let's go over and talk about some of the tweets that we made out today. So what I do is I tweet some stuff out right at the end of the day. We tweet it out again. You can find the sticky note every single morning. Make sure you go check that out. Very, very important. What I want to talk about real quickly was right here. The healthcare sector right now has undergone, this is just, again, from Seth Golden. We're talking about this 2-year-long consolidation, right? With a negative return in 2022, and it's fighting unchanged here in 2023, right? So it's only been down in back-to-back years once. So we are looking for a nice move, and here it is right here, the healthcare sector. What is expected in 2024? So they are expecting, if you're looking for growth anywhere, right? This is forward looking. This is put together. Thank you so much. So projected earnings growth in all of the sectors. So if you want to go find that, go do that immediately on my Twitter handle at TraderTVSean. I think it's pretty cool to be able to do this. We talked about this all the time, man. And we're going to talk about this on the podcast, which I'm coming back. I'm not even in on Friday. I'm coming back in to do the podcast. So I'm feeling pretty cool about that. More work for me. Yay, that's great. Ramin, honestly. All right, so here we go. This is the most interesting stat to me of all time, honestly. I would have said no if someone would have told me this, almost impossible. How about this, man? 52-week low back in November. 33 days later, 52-week high. Say what? I mean, this is perfect with the RSI today. This is the equal weighted. So again, if you feel that, Apple holds too much weight or Microsoft does, and you want an equal weighted portfolio, so all S&P 500 companies each would have a 1/500th percentage, I guess, in this portfolio. I'm going to find out about this, but IQX, I don't know exactly much about that. We're going to look into that, but that's what that is, 33 days. And it's not that much of an outlier, because I believe the SPY, which is the S&P 500 weighted index, was 48 days. So it's not like it's that crazy. But again, to think that you're in an overbought situation, I mean, that seems to be the case right there. But remember, a lot has changed, right? The Fed pivot. Is it a pivot? They've been telling us this whole time. So the Fed not really pivoting, just staying the course. Now, this is from Bespoke. All right. The NASDAQ has seen 9 straight days of gains, right? That's pretty huge. 9 straight days. But the interesting thing is, that's the longest winning streak since November 8th. We've had a lot of aggressive win streaks over this move. we could see, and I don't want anyone to panic, but imagine if we had 9 straight down days. What exactly everybody would be thinking? You know, we had just had 8 straight up days followed by a little consolidation, then 9 straight up days. You know, people would be panicking, and I just don't want everybody that's out there, we should be clipping this probably. I don't want everybody out there to panic when you get a couple negative days in a row. But please understand, 33 days ago, we were at 52-week lows. Okay, so I'm starting to piece them out. Everybody can manage their own portfolios, and it's been a hell of a ride, and congratulations to all of you that have been part of that ride. But you know what? Congratulations if you're still here. It's roll call time. All right, let's see who's still in the building with me right now. I know Ramin is, and I know Obi is. Hello, hello. Oh, Wayne's over there, I think, too. What's up, Wayne? All right, so what's going on? Sky gonna fall if 9 straight down days. You right, D-Loaf. I mean, I can't even imagine sort of the heart palpitations over here. What's up, Bears versus Bulls? What's up, Louisiana or Louisa? What's up? M. Kelsey's here. What's up, Richard? M. Trades is in the building. Ponzi Fonzie is here. The Boring Man is here. Thank you, 851. I hope all of you are enjoying the show, man. Put those ones up if you do like it. I'm putting in a lot of work. We built this new layout. We're reaching out to the guests. For me personally, this is our show. This is a show for the people, man. We are traders. Real traders are staying late. We're having real discussions. We're bringing on real guests. These aren't just talking heads, man. Chris is a real trader. Danielle is. We have Tammy coming tomorrow. Talk about Fibonacci. Chris, he was on today. Brian Shannon, right now. JC Peretz. We're going to go more, man. The crypto burb. I'm going to have him on. Why? Let's get the crypto burb on next week, baby. All right. Thank you to everybody that's joining again. That's it, man. The trade of the day, which one, I say to everybody. And again, thank you so much. DGen X, yo, 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 he says. All right. Which trades of the day do you guys want to talk about? Do you want to talk about a firm? We sort of did that already. Wow, $45. You guys might have thought, people were like, oh, this guy's crazy. I said a firm is going to have a 3 handle on it. I said that when it was at $50. We're halfway there, baby. We've got a 5 more bucks down, and we got a 3 handle on it. This is a firm short and the reload short. Mamma mia, that was a good trade. What about Shopify coming through today as well? Shopify, what a good peg, man. We hit that. Look at this. Look at this, barcode, thank you, bang, to the downside. That's a nice 250, put that in our pocket as well. I like those 2 trades, and then to cap it off, the trade that was really the biggest and the baddest of them all, because quite frankly, I trade Meta all the time. We hit this over and over again. Look at these shorts right before the market collapsed. If this is not real trading, I don't know what is. I scalp out. I'm on a prop floor. We put money in, we take money out, and we're flat at the end of every day. I want to thank everybody for watching. Go find me at TraderTV Sean, both on Instagram and on Twitter. Take a drink, take a deep breath. I want to thank, what was that? Oh yeah, here, let me show this to everybody. Let me just log out here as we have a brand new lock screen. So get ready for this. I thought I had, there it is right now. I thought I had it. So it is, but we don't have it over here. But this is a turkey to me, but it's also a chicken dinner winner. Is this a turkey or a chicken, actually? How can you tell? You can tell. Ramin says it's chicken. I trust her. All right. Welcome to the fun show one more time, man. I'm Sean Katina. That's Ramin over there. Thank you so much for watching once again. I'm going to be back tomorrow, baby. It's Thursday, and it's going to be another hell of a day. I promise you that. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow at 8:30. Ciao, everybody.